Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the QLS channel. We are here for yet another match of the KFC Big Bash. This one, it's going to be an exciting one. Whoever wins this game does move to first on the BBL table this match up against the Perth Scorchers and the Hobart Hurricanes. Quickly, before we get too far into this one, we will be showing the table as it sits at the moment. The Sixers are sitting in first place on 7 points. The Scorchers sitting in second. They are also on 7, but the big thing here is they have a game in hand. The Stars, they are going to be sitting in third on 7 points also. So it's very close after the first couple of rounds that we have seen. The Strikers sitting on 6, Hurricanes on 5. So even if they win this game without the Bash Boost point, they are promoted into that number 1 position. Then the Thunder sitting there also on the 5 points. Heat on 4 after their big win last night over the Melbourne Renegades. And then the Melbourne Renegades sitting in last place at the moment, but they have got a win to their name as they were able to beat the Adelaide Strikers in the earlier stage of the competition. We have got their Perth to win easy as well, says Aiden, and also the two Aussies has said there in there, I boo this one, I think, as well. And also we have got the can't wait for this game, says Richie there. And hello, everyone, says Paddy Wagon. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well and hope you are excited for the BBL matchup tonight. My voice is slowly coming back, Perth, to make me do me money as well. Says Aiden, how much did you put on them this time, Aiden? Do let me know, mate. But hopefully you will end up winning that bet. But this is as it is sitting at the moment for the table, like I mentioned, looking through at these two lineups. I like the fact that Mitchell Marsh, he has actually returned to the side, which does look like it is going to be very exciting to see how he does go. We have got the As Your Voice Better. It's slowly getting there. I did have a good rest last night, and I think it is going to be back. Hopefully by tomorrow, we will be back to 100% as well. But it's not sounding too bad at the moment, so I don't want to jinx it. So we'll just roll with it as we are sitting at the moment, looking through at the results that the fixtures that the Hobart Hurricanes are going to have coming up. They have got their matchup in 6 days' time. That's going to be up against the Perth Scorchers, although that will be a home game for the Scorchers for that one. Then they have got the Stars in 9 days' time, Strikers in 12 days, and then the Renegades, they are going to be taking them on in at 15. Then looking through quickly at Perth, they have got the Hurricanes, like I mentioned, so they're pretty much back-to-back, these two teams, which is a very interesting way that they have got the competition laid out. Then they've got the Renegades back-to-back, Boomfa within a little bit of time, and then the Thunder just before the end of 2021. $10, paying me $17 back as well, and AO in the chat as well says it crazy there, and I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you are excited for this game. Do let me know who you think will be winning this game between these two sides in the Perth Scorchers and the Hobart Hurricanes. As you can see here, the Scorchers, they won the toss. They decided that they want to set the total. That is something that they have been doing consistently throughout this year so far. They've decided that's the way to do it. Just try and set a massive total. Colin Munro, he is going to be at the top of the order, scoring the most runs ever for an individual batsman in one innings for the Perth Scorchers with his 114 not out. Curtis Patterson, he was also on fire in his very first game of BBL 11. Then you got Mitchell Marsh. He has returned to the side. He's going to be absolutely phenomenal for them in that lineup. Josh Inglis back as well. Ashton Turner, Laurie Evans, Ashton Agar, Andrew Ty, Jason Berendorf, Peter Askelow, and also Tymel Mills will be there for them as well. So that is a very strong lineup. That's going to be a hard side to beat. That is for sure. And hi, everyone. Betty Wagon, Aiden, and also Hamish as well. And I've done this crazy bet. I've learned the hard way. What's up, David? David as well, says Aiden there in the chat as well. Looking through at the Hobart Hurricanes, they have got Matthew Wade at the top of the order. He was actually very solid in his last fixture. Was able to get himself 93, then got out, unfortunately, just short of the 100. That was actually the match prior to when it was Colin Munro was able to go on right to the century for himself. Darcy Shaw also going to be opening the batting. Hasn't really fired so far this season, but will certainly be looking for the boundary a few times in this one. Ben McDermott, Harry Brook going to be in there as well. Caleb Jewell, Peter Hanscom, Tim David, Nathan Ellis, Joel Paris, Scott Bolland going to be returning after playing for Australia A. And then you have got Sandeep Lamashane, the leg spinner from Nepal, who is on fire recently as well. We have got there. Hello, mate. I hope you're well. Says that Paddy Wagon there. David, and yeah, hope you guys are all excited for this BBL matchup. We're already up to the 12th match of 61 that are taking place. We are going to be covering as many of them as physically possible on the channel. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We always try and hit 100 likes on these live streams. Let's see whether or not we can get there today as well. I'm just glad that my voice doesn't sound absolutely terrible. Who won the toss? It was the Perth Scorchers, and they decided that they do want to have themselves the bat. And also we have got the Amish who won the toss, says Steve Smith. So the Scorchers, they were able to win the bat flip, and they decided that once again they are going to be going with the trend of batting first. They have done that in both of their first two innings. They're very good at the coin toss or the bat flip. in this case for the BBL. And if they continue that, it is going to be interesting to see how it does go for them throughout the season and when they decide to use that power surge, because we've seen some teams use it at the wrong time so far throughout this BBL. And do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, with the Scorchers batting first, how many runs do you guys think they will be able to get in this fixture? Matthew Wade, he is going to be batting second. Now, he does love himself a little bit of an opportunity. We have got the, did you like that band, Hamish, as well? Says it was David there, and I, Steve Smith as well. Says David, I did get the chance to listen to just the one song, but it was quite a catchy one. So I feel like after this live stream, I'll probably end up seeing whether or not I can add a few more of them into that power tower, as I called it, that Spotify playlist that I have got myself. But it was very catchy. So I feel like it is a very good shout. I reckon Perth will put 170 plus on the board as well, says Steve Smith, and Colin Munro to score another 100. If he did, that would mean that he gets himself the golden cap just for now, as it is sitting in. Hello, Hamish made it for game. Going to be great as well. There's Kevin. It certainly is going to be these two sides. They will have the urge to just get into first place, because at the end of the day, whoever wins this game, they go through into first. They don't even need the bash boost point. But after the 3 first rounds of the BBL, they will be sitting top of the top. And that is exactly where you want to be, hey, Hamish. The Hurricanes, I predict, and a 180 as well, says Robert. So he's saying that they will be able to chase it down. That's the thing. Matthew Wade, he loves setting a total, but he also loves being able to chase one down. And that is exactly what he will be planning for this one as well. But Andrew Tye in that bowling lineup of the Scorchers, going to be exciting. Mitchell Marsh, whether or not they give him the ball after returning from that duty of playing for the Australia A side. But they have got Tymel Mills, loves the slow delivery, that man. And also they've got Jason Behrendorff, Andrew Tye, Ashton Agar, and then Haskell as well, who hasn't been that consistent recently with the ball in hand, but he does still be able to pick himself up a few wickets when he does go for it. Hi, David, hope you're well. He has done a good game as well, says Steve Smith. And didn't you see I joined as a member before? And did you see I joined as a member before? Says Robert, I didn't actually. Did it come up at the start? It hasn't actually come up on the slide stream, but because of that, normally what we do is put it up on the screen for people who do join as the member. So thank you very much, Robert. Hugely appreciate it. And now you have access to those emojis that you do see the likes of Steve Smith, David, etc. using in the chat as well, including this little Kieran one right up here in the top corner. But they are just showing the MVP leaderboard at the moment as it is sitting. They have said Alex Ross is right up the top. Josh Philippi also up there with alongside it was Moses Enriquez. So the Sixers at the moment, they are sitting first, but after this game, they will not be. Someone would have overtaken them. It will either be the Perth Scorchers or it will end up being the Hobart Hurricanes. But I believe Richardson, has he actually been selected for the pink ball test match? I believe he has, which is great news for him, because it does mean that he is going to get the opportunity for Australia. That test match is starting in only 2 days' time as well, which is going to be absolutely awesome for Jai Richardson to get himself a good opportunity in that Australia test kit as well. But nonetheless, looking through at these lineups, there's these mini battles that I can't help but pick out. Colin Munro versus Matthew Wade. That is the first of which. Probably Mitchell Marsh taking on, although I guess you could even say Josh Inglis versus Matthew Wade. Keeper versus keeper. Mitchell Marsh versus Darcy Shaw. And then also in the bowling department, Andrew Tye versus Nathan Ellis. We know that those two have been compared pretty much all through the week as well. And we have got there, Hamish, are you going live for the second Ashes test? I am hoping to do as many of the sessions as physically possible. As long as the voice is here, it's going to be awesome. And it has also got there, I've been thinking of starting my own content on YouTube. It's nothing sport-like though. As well as this, Steve, what are you going to be posting? Do let me know, Steve. I will be sure to check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. As you guys know, we have been on YouTube for 1.5 years. We have never consumed a sip of liquid on a live stream, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and it is going to be the case of, unless I do have a few sips every once in a while of the water, my voice is going to disappear completely. And yeah, the lads as well. And if you're new, subscribe and hit that like button. So first of all, that seems very weird to do. I've never had a drink on a live stream. Believe it or not, I've eaten volcanoes, I've eaten Pringles. They are about the only two things, and that was over a year ago. But we're keeping the throat lubricated at the moment. That was an interesting way of wording it, but it is what we're doing. The Perth Scorchers, they are going to be batting first in this fixture up against the Hobart Hurricanes. And we have had a few predictions of who is going to be able to get the total. And it is currently sitting, everyone's saying 170, 180. Scull it back, brother, as well. Says that Johnny Blaze there in the chat. Maybe at the end of the live stream, if we have still got a little bit of liquid left, we will try and scull it, see how it goes. But at the moment, Colin Munro, he's going to be at the top of the order for the Perth Scorchers. It is absolutely awesome to see that he is the only man in the Big Bash who has been able to get himself a century. The Kiwi boy representing, the only Kiwi in the KFC Big Bash as well. And also, while you're drinking water, I thought you just lived thought you lived up just here as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, it seems weird. Like, that's the thing. I don't even know how many hours of live streams. Like, we've done like 8 hours in a row and all sorts. And I always drink in between the live streams. I feel weird. I need to get myself like a water sponsor or something. So they're like, oh, okay. So he does drink liquid. He is not. Do vampires drink liquid? Oh, that is interesting. Where's the ice and whiskey, Hamish, as well? Says that David there. Maybe one day. Although I feel like me doing a drunk live stream would not be a good combo, because if this is what I'm like when I'm sober, imagine what I'm like when I'm intoxicated. And also, thank you, David. And it's been between Nessa and Richardson. Hasn't been named yet as well, says Robert Miller. And also, we have got this Steve Smith with the laughing emoji from Johnny Blaze there. But yeah, we certainly don't drink liquid very often on the live streams, but we're going to be starting from here on out. Maybe that is why my voice decided that it didn't like me too much, from not enough consumption of the liquid beverages as well. And also, we have got that dangerous dog, David, as well. And it there says Johnny Blaze there. But I have heard word that George has actually said about the fact that it is quite rainy for the next couple of weeks, and he might be able to come in for some live streams, ladies and gentlemen, whether it is the Ashes. The thing is, he doesn't really watch cricket, so I have no idea how those ones will go, whether or not he does get bored within an over, or whether he does kind of start to learn about Test cricket throughout the Ashes. But that is the plan, to have him on the live streams for a few of those Ashes ones in the future, if that is something you guys are keen on seeing. But now we are just waiting for this match to get underway. We're about 4 minutes away. The game is going to be played it is Blundstone Arena, so it's a home game for the Hobart Hurricanes here. Even though it does have the Perth Scorchers as the home seed, or the home side in this position, like I mentioned, for some reason they keep on doing that on the scoreboard. But now, quickly, before we get into this match, like I mentioned, the Perth Scorchers, they've still got a game in hand. So if they win this one, even without the Bash Boost point, they will be sitting 3 points clear of anyone else. If they win it with the Bash Boost point, they will be up to 11 points, which will be a very good lead for them, because, of course, the Hurricanes here, they were able to beat this top side, the Sydney Sixers. That is why they are right where they are at the moment, sitting in fifth. And if they win this game up against the Perth Scorchers, they have beaten number 1 and number 2, and they have overtaken both of them. And they will be sitting right up there in the number 1 slot as well. It's got their big loved legends. Welcome to the Kiwi Lads family, Robert, as well. Says that Sebastian there with the 10 out of 10. And hope you are doing well, Sebastian. I did consume some liquid before, believe it or not. But yeah, it is going to be something that will be happening throughout this live stream, so that the vocal cords do keep on going one day. Best player, Virat Kohli, Ross Taylor, Rohit Sharma, David Milan, David Warner, Kane Williamson, Joe Root, Shakib Al Hassan, Quinton de Kock, Fakaz Zaman, and also it is Jason Roy as well for MD, for the best one-day side that you can have as well. And love what you're doing with your channel. Great commentary as well, says Ren Smith. Thank you very much, mate. And I was thinking doing hyper-realistic art on YouTube, Hamish. If you've ever seen those hyper-realistic drawing videos on YouTube, I can draw and paint like that myself as well, says Steve Smith. So you're very talented, because my drawings, like I was trying to draw a tree last night, and it didn't even look like a tree. And I was so disappointed in myself, because I was like, surely you just draw some leaves, you just do that. And I just couldn't draw a tree. Like, I got a few examples down there. One of them looks like it is like some sort of like fuzzy thing with legs, I guess you could say as well. And also, bro, that's awesome as well, says David. And also the test venue for the 5th Ashes test as well, says Robert. Yeah, it is indeed. So it will be interesting to see how the pitch is playing for this game of the T20, whether it is a bowler or a better surface. That's big love legends as well. And there from Sebastian. And also we have got there, damn, you're a quick draw, bro. Oh, quick draw, brother, Sebastian, as well. And also we have got there, you sound a lot better today, Hamish. Yeah, it seems to be that, I don't know whether it's the liquid or whether it is just the case of I needed to have a decent enough sleep, because I actually had a phone call just before this live stream. But then after that, seems to be that it has cleared up. Liquid is key, ladies and gentlemen. Hydration is important. If you haven't got yourself a drink, even if it's just a water, go and grab yourself one. Go and get some H2O. Oh, that almost like, whoa, that's kind of cool. Whoa. It's like the green screen, but it's not green. Oh, it's the reflection. That took me way too long to work out as well. I agree as well, says Robert there. Liquid, love it. But now at this stage, Colin Munro, he's going to be at the crease for his BBL career, sitting 587 runs. I don't know whether or not you guys can tell, but I'm quite hyper today. I feel like I'm well and truly excited, because of the fact that not just is my voice back, but it does mean that it does make it a little bit easier to be able to commentate these games as well. Curtis Patterson at the non-strikers end for this game, sitting 536. Could have also been the 14 hours sleep that I just had, perhaps as well. Speaking of the duck emoji would be a good idea as well. But as I was doing it, I just thought that it's too rare of an occurrence, a duck. Maybe I should focus on a 6 and wicket emojis as well. Says Sebastian, it could be an idea perhaps, and we will see how it goes. Hi, Robert, in the chat from Cricket Lovers as well there. And also, we have got there. I just saw some of that artwork in Auckland a few days back. Isn't that photography as well? And cheers, mate. If I get round to it, I'll uploading one. Check it out as well. Says Steve Smith. Yeah, as soon as you do let us know, mate. And I will be sure to check it out. Joel Paris going to be opening the bowling here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Like I mentioned, Curtis Patterson, Colin Munro, the two openers. Then the next two batsmen that they have gone with, Mitchell Marsh, Josh Inglis, after they have both been away with Australia. And also we have got there, what do you think, total as well? And we'll be able to use those two a lot more often as well. Says Sebastian there, 3-2-1. And this game is now going to be underway, ladies and gentlemen. Joel Paris running in for the Hobart Hurricanes to get us underway. Curtis Patterson on strike. Beautiful cover drive straight away. And this is going to be at least 2 runs here off the mark for himself there, Patterson. And now just skip to the 2 runs, and Colin Munro, he is not going to get the strike yet. 180 roughly as well there. And the chat says, Robert, I'm wondering whether or not the scoreboard is going to be ahead of itself today, or whether it is going to be a little bit more like it was the other days, how it will be slightly behind, which is actually beneficial for myself due to the fact that since I'm watching on Sky Go, there's about that 30-second or so delay. But Joel Paris, once again, is going to be running into bowl this second delivery. He actually bowled very well in his last matchup. Going to be hit down the ground, and they are once again going to be able to get themselves the single. I support Perth Scorchers as well, says Singh. How many runs do you think they will be able to get in total here, Singh, for their first innings? And do you think it will be enough to be able to stop the Hobart Hurricanes from chasing it down? Like we mentioned, Blundstone Arena is the location of this test match. It is, this T20, it's where the test match, the 5th one, is going to be taking place. I don't understand Perth's strategy to bat first, especially with an opposing batter such as Matthew Wade as well. Says Sebastian, I'm wondering whether or not it is down to scoreboard pressure or something along those lines. Maybe they're trying to make him think, oh, if I have to go, that's the thing. He goes naturally at a strike rate of 150 to 200. Advancing down the wicket there, Colin Munro off his edge as well, but luckily, because he did use the soft hands, it didn't quite carry through, and it was the slow ball from Paris as well. We have got there, these BBL games come quick and fast. Enjoy every game so far as well, says Kevin. Exactly right, mate. They always seem to be just showing up like pretty much every single night. The only days that we don't have BBL games, it is actually the Ashes. So we will be covering that instead as well. And 186 for 5 there for Novman's prediction. And something that the Perth Scorchers have done well so far is they start matches well and they continue. Oh no, Colin Munro, he said it straight up in the air. This is going to be out. And Colin Munro, you go from 114 not out to 0 off 2 deliveries. And it is going to be the duck for Colin Munro. And also Baba Quackazam Quack as well there, says Sebastian. I did see that he got out extremely early in that game for Pakistan versus the West Indies, such as Colin Munro. He did end up going out on the duck as well. I've got there, guess he's back again. Izzy back, tell a friend as well. Welcome in, Izzy. Hope you are doing well. Colin Munro, our Kiwi boy, has just gone out, unfortunately. And it does mean now that the Perth Scorchers have lost the early wicket. Joel Paris, I think there's something behind that line. So that is going to be Colin Munro out there, 167 for 6 as well there for it. And also we've got their world's best hitter batsman, AB de Villiers, Andre Russell, Kieran Pollard, Rohit Sharma as well, Corey Anderson, Colin Munro, Liam Livingston, Glenn Maxwell, David Millar as well there in the chat. And quick, Colin as well, says Sebastian. I feel like that is because we did say that you don't really get ducks too often into this competition perhaps. So now Colin Munro, unfortunately, that's gone from the highest of highs of 114 not out. Never anyone for the Perth Scorchers has been able to get more than that. He was able to set a new record to get in the duck, I should say, almost a golden one, but luckily for him, he had faced the delivery. But Mitchell Marsh, he is already at the crease a lot earlier than he would have been expecting, that is for sure. But Mitch Marsh, he's got pure power, he's got pure skill as well when it comes to that batting. He was playing for Australia. He is a match winner, is what they are saying in terms of those kind of bars that they have had. I'm not too sure how many bars you get 5 of them. So he has got 4 versus pace as well. And also we have got there, as that average holds up, Perth will be out by 30 years. As I said, Steve Swift, tell you what, that would be interesting. I mean, we saw the Melbourne Stars get bowled out for 60-something. I think it was 61. Joel Paris now. Nice delivery, and Curtis Patterson once again blocks there. And also we have got the I follow the Heat on Stars, Heat and Stars at Cricket Lovers as well. Says Robert there, and my 190 for 7 as well. Says Kevin there for his prediction. Colin Munro, unfortunately, just tried to whip it to the leg side. I think there was a little bit of purchase in the surface, so seemed to go away from him out to the offside just a little bit more. And it was nicely taken in the deep as well. It's a huge blow to Colin Munro. They certainly wouldn't have wanted to lose him this early on in the match. Old Barris there. Nice delivery. That's going to be close to giving him out. No, he's just going to scratch his chin. Tell you what, that could have been Curtis Patterson out as well. And that would have been the Perth Scorchers in all sorts of trouble just with that wicket falling. It does now mean that the Hobart Hurricanes have a 58% chance of winning this game. It was 56 before the match even started, so it just shows how big of a wicket Colin Munro is. That is the end of the first over, though, and it is 3 for 1 here for the Perth Scorchers game done and over in less than an hour. So imagine that. I mean, the only part of me that would want that to happen is probably my vocal cords. Other than that, though, we want a long game. We want to see it go down right to the wire. One delivery left, 4 runs to win it. Let's see whether or not it does happen. This is just like, this is just life slapping you in the face. I can only imagine that gigantic crying duck in the chat as Munro was walking as well. See, Sebastian, yeah, that's the thing. You go from, like I mentioned, that high of it being able to get yourself. Oh, it was actually hitting lead stump there for that LBW, so it would have been not even that surprising if the umpire had given it out there. Joel Barris, he was liking it, didn't end up getting it. In the end, he wasn't too sure how it wasn't given, and I believe the umpire was thinking it went just a little bit too far down. Leg ball in there. Nice shot over the top, though, from Mitch Marsh, and he gets himself underway now for BBL 11, his first game, as he has been away with Australia A, winning those matches up against England A. Now he's looking like he's in decent form, and those vocal cords are praying for it as well. Says Steve Smith there also, who do you think is going to win, says Andre. I think that's the thing. Even with that early wicket, I feel like the Perth Scorchers, like they got Mitchell Marsh at the crease at the moment with Patterson, who also goes at just an incredible strike rate. And then you've alongside them, you've got yourself Josh Inglis, Ashton Turner as well. 2 very capable batsmen. That's a shot from Mitchell Marsh straight up in the air, straight down over the boundary. And that is a 6 runs for Mitchell Marsh. He's only faced 2 deliveries. He's sitting on 10 runs here for Mitch Marsh and player of the World Cup final as well. Says Sebastian there, and also Mitch Marsh is there as well. Says Sebastian, he is indeed. He's back from his Australia A duties, and he is looking like he is going to be in form, whereas Munro as well. Says that when, unfortunately, he is that one that they did have there, the wicket that they did have, that did fall very, very early. He did get himself a duck there, Colin Munro, so it does mean that he is not going to be batting for the rest of this game. He will get a chance to field, though, later on in the match, but for now it is going to be the Mitch Marsh show alongside Curtis Patterson, who is looking sharp as well in the early stages of his innings. The Scorchers, they won the toss, and they decided that they do want to have a bat for the 3rd time. They have decided that that is going to be what they do. Mitch Marsh there decides against trying to absolutely smack that ball and just gets himself the single to mid-wicket. We also got this Satwan has said okay as well. Yeah, and Mitch Marsh is on fire tonight. He certainly is, and that is one thing. Like with these classy players, you need 1 innings. 1 innings is all that it takes to really find that form and that vein of form. We saw it for David Warner at the World Cup. As soon as he had that 1 innings, that changed it around for him. He did very well. And all of the matches after that, Mitch Marsh is a very similar player. They play on momentum, and as soon as you give them that momentum, it is very, very tough to take it away from them. So I'm expecting maybe Mitch Marsh might be able to get himself 50 here. It's a little bit soon to say, but Patterson there swinging across the line, and it does go just outside of the off stump. But Bolland, also very talented bowler, loves the bowl with that momentum. Jai Richardson is not here for the Perth Scorchers. He might be playing the day-night test match up against England that is starting on Thursday night. And at the moment, Mitch Marsh, he is looking solid in the early stage, and always Perth Scorchers win the toss and choose to bat. Why? I think it is that scoreboard pressure that they like to try and build and try and put other teams under that pressure, because Darcy Short, he hasn't had the best last couple of innings, but as soon as he's got scoreboard pressure, I feel like he's actually one of those players who does shine against scoreboard pressure, but I think they like feeling out the conditions and then just kind of working out how they are going to bowl on the surface, because it has worked for them so far. They've won their last 2 matches, but when they end up maybe only getting themselves around that 150 is when we'll get to see whether or not it is going to be the right move for them. But they've got Dan Christian at the moment, who is on the commentary side of it. They seem to be having a lot of ex-players and also players who are currently in the BBL, which is great to see. Just getting them involved, of course. He is playing at the moment for the Sydney Sixers. Has been doing decently for them overall with the ball in hand, but now Bolland currently has gone for 12 runs so far of his first 5 deliveries of the very first over that he is bowling. He's got 3 more after this. Surely they will be continuing to go to him alongside Nathan Ellis. Sandeep Lavashane, a little bit of a full toss there from Bolland. Hit down the ground for Mitch Marsh, and it goes straight to the man at long on to close out that over of Bolland. Went for 13, and the score now 16 for 1 here for the Perth Scorchers and high as well. And there says the 2 Aussies. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well. Hope you are excited for the Perth Scorchers in this game. Salim has put a dot. And also we have got there, what is your reaction on World Cup, World T20 final when Australia won as well? Says that when I'll be honest, I was expecting it because we had seen that trend throughout the whole World Cup of whoever won the toss. If you were batting second, you were winning those games. I believe it was about 95% of games were won by the team batting second. So it was always going to be an upwards battle for New Zealand in that game. I was going to be doing the commentary for that one, but instead we actually did Fiji versus Wales. But I was expecting a relatively close game. We almost got that, but it was always going the way of Australia in that they just played very well throughout that competition and did get themselves a very well-deserved win as well. I mate Robert as well. Now it seems to be tough, 180 plus as well, says Cricket Lovers, and I'll be on for a second and then I need to go, but I'll be back in an hour or less as well, says the two Aussies, and I'm going for the Hurricanes. Good side to go for at the moment. They have got the momentum. Joel Paris going to be running in for his second over, already able to pick up the wicket of Colin Munro, the big wicket that is as well, and Hobart win, bro, as well, says Takesha there, and also we have got there, but I go for the strikers as well, says the two Aussies. But Joel Paris at the moment, he has already picked up that wicket of Munro, like I mentioned. He has actually been bowling very well in his last few matches as well. Joel Paris doesn't seem to be putting the ball anywhere but pretty much on those stumps, which does make it very tough for the batsman to be able to find the boundary. Definitely early on, I see a Nathan Ellis cutout in the crowd, and he is, of course, going to be a good bowler for them. Once again, Joel Paris, a little bit of shape from swinging in to Mitch Marsh, and that is well fielded there in the deep. And because of it, it is just get to the one. So if they can kind of save quite a few runs in the outfield as well here for the Hobart Hurricanes, I feel like that's the thing. Their batting lineup that they've got themselves. Matthew Wade, like I mentioned, they've also got themselves. I'm just going to go through Darcy Shaw, Ben McDermott is also there, Harry Brook, Caleb Joel, Peter Hanscom. All of those guys can hit a long ball. You can even go down to probably Tim David as one of those guys who would still be considered as a batsman. And now it is going to be nicely whipped off the legs there for Patterson. He's got all of that one, and that is going to be going for four. Just rolling along the ground high as well. Says Depth and Brief there. Welcome in. Hello, Brian. I am Indian as well, says Takesha. So welcome into Live, mate. I hope you are doing well. And also we have got there, I have also had some voice problems and flu-like symptoms as well when for testing. I went for testing immediately. Was positive on an antigen test as well. First time since start of COVID isolating now as well, says S-Bok there in chat. So hopefully you are doing all right, mate. I think my voice pretty much has just been because I've been talking way too much. Like today, it seems to be a lot better because I have been drinking liquids as well. And also, we've got there having played tennis at the gym for a while. I think it would make me hit that cricket ball like a forehand sling if I was out there just out of force of habit as well. I guess there are a few players who do. I mean, Glenn Maxwell's probably a perfect example of a batsman, how you never know what he's going to do at the crease. Like, he's got the most switch hits out of anyone, but I feel like, yeah, I've only played tennis about twice, but I really want to play tennis again. We've actually got, I'm not sure what that accent is, but we've actually got courts here in Waimea, nicely hit there by Patterson, and he hits it to the fine leg boundary once again. A little bit more expensive from Paris in this over so far. But yeah, we actually do have tennis courts, believe it or not. We don't have a lot here in Waimea, but we do have tennis courts. So maybe I'll have to try that out with George for a video, although I know that the preschool is over the top of one side, so we'd have to make sure that George is facing a certain way, or else he would probably see it as a challenge to try and hit a child with a ball. So that's why we'd have to make sure that he was the right way around, lovers. Depends on what pitch looks like. I'd back the Hurricanes to win as well. And there, and also we have got their Scorchers will win this one, I'm thinking as well, says Andre. So how many runs do you think they'll be able to set in that first innings, Andre? Do let me know. Joel Paris at the moment setting one wicket, 13 runs so far, and he is just kind of jogging, and it is a dead ball. Getting that run up just a little bit wrong, I think, by the looks of it. Curtis Patterson's a little bit confused at what's going on there as well, but he was almost able to get himself that 50 and at the recent moment. And also we have got there, hit that like button and subscribe to that channel. Also check out the sports channel. And also we have got there in the big comments, says Sebastian, and also doing bongs at the Waimea tennis courts as well, says Johnny Blaze. I don't know whether or not that would be the way to do it, because it is right next to the main street, which also on the main street is a police station. So I don't know whether or not you want to try and risk the two together as one. You know about Ajaz Patel, 10 wickets. I do indeed. Very impressive from them all. Okay, Joel Paris is actually coming off the field now. I'm not too sure what's happened here for him. I think it might be some sort of injury, but Joel Paris doesn't look like he's going to be finishing out this over. That is a big hit for the Hobart Hurricanes here. It looks like some sort of injury for him. I'm not sure whether it's a side strain. He doesn't seem to have much of a limp here for Joel Paris. So he looks like, I'm not too sure, maybe it could be groin. No, he looks like, I'm not sure what's happened to Joel Paris there. We have got Hey from Ellie Hills as well there, and also the Waimea Thunder as well. Says it was David. But he just kind of jogged in. Joel Paris, I think it's the groin. I think it's something in the groin because he's touching an area that I can't really describe on the live stream, but it's around, where your box would go. He's kind of, I was going to say jiggling it, but that's not the right word. He was kind of readjusting his groin, something along those lines. And also, can you see my little video? I'm going on the, you need to watch the video as well. Says Brandon there, I'm thinking 185 for 6 as well, says Andre there. So they are going to be going with Tim David here, who will get the ball in hand. And Tim David, like they are mentioning, he's got a very good arm ball, able to really use his height to his advantage and skid that through, or skid that ball through as the way keeping for Hobart. Yes, he is. I believe I was just listening to see whether or not I could hear his voice when it was going down the ground, and he went, "Oh yes, keeper," and I was like, "Yep, that's Wayne. That's Wayne. That's Wayne." As well, got a link there. Are you talking as well? Says David there, and also the way Manny Bongers as well. Sets up Bash in there, but Tim David at the moment goes for a run off his first delivery of the over. Did I just see that the Wellington Phoenix are playing? They are indeed. They're playing Avondale. That will be for the FFA Cup, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But Mitch Marsh at the moment, he is on strike. 13 runs off only 6 deliveries here for Mitch Marsh. Nicely hit down the ground. And that is just going to be kept to the single. You watch IPL, says that when I do try and watch as much of the IPL as I can, although the games are on at random hours here in New Zealand, which is why it is a little bit hard to be able to juggle them alongside the rest of the cricket and whatnot that we do have on the channel. Hydration. Gotta love it. Why haven't I been drinking water all this time on the live streams? It's so great, isn't it? You just end up, anytime you think, oh, my voice is feeling like it's about to go away, water. I really do need a sponsor for water, don't I? I'm selling it well. Tap water. It's good for you. Maybe. Not too sure what's in it. And yeah, I understand as well. Says that went there, but that is the end of the third over, and it is 28 for 1 now for the Perth Scorchers. David only going for the 2 runs, I guess you could say, off his 2 deliveries, as he did just have to close out that over for Joel Paris in the end. But Colin Munro going out for 0 runs off 2 deliveries, which is very unfortunate for that man. And then they've also got Inglis, they've got Turner, they've got Evans, they've got Agar, they've got Ty, they've got Berendorf, they've got Haskelou, and they've got Tymon Mills, who will be closing out that batting lineup for them if they do need him. But Nathan Ellis now, he is going to be the aggression in the starting lineup for the Perth Scorchers, for the Hobart Hurricanes against the Perth Scorchers. Looking like quite a green top at the moment, a little bit too pitched up there. But Nathan Ellis, and that's going to be 4 runs straight away off his first delivery of the over. We have got Hayder as well, says Betty Wagon. Also, we have got there, I miss you, AB de Villiers, says MD. It is a shame that he has retired, but I am hoping that he will take up some sort of coaching role or something along those lines. And also, we have got there you go, mate. We've been telling you for ages that having sips outs, you had to learn it the hard way as well, says Sebastian. I did indeed. Too stubborn for my own good in some regards. And also, we have got the ESO, but Hurricanes can be win as well. It depends on Matthew Wade's response as well, definitely. And also Darcy Short at the top of the order. Pitched up outside of the off stump, and they do not get the single there. Mitch Marsh still on strike, sitting on 18 runs off 9 deliveries, going at a strike rate of 200 at the moment. Certainly looking like he is going to be picking up from where he left off for that Cricket World Cup form. In those later games, it is absolutely awesome watching Matthew Wade and also Mitchell Marsh just really hitting the ball well. We saw Matthew Wade last week, 93 runs when India tour of New Zealand. I always watch highlights because of time as well. Says that went there. But yeah, the next time that they do tour New Zealand, hopefully we will be able to do a few other games on the live stream. Nathan Ellis just changing his field. Looks like he can put a band back to deep mid on. No, sorry. Deep on. No, what's the long on? That's the saying of where the position was. And there's a reason for that. He has just hit it straight to him there, Mitchell Marsh. By the looks of it, and that is going to be him just a single. I couldn't think of the terms there. And Patterson hit it as well. Says good have, definitely. And they've got 2 X-Factor players for both of these sides. Rogers, Thompson for the Hobart Hurricanes, and Hardy and Kelly for the Perth Scorchers. So whether or not they decide to bring in maybe Tom Rogers for the Hobart Hurricanes in the later stages of their innings, perhaps they decide that he will be worth having a bowler as the option as well, depending on how many wickets they do end up losing for the early stages. But now Nathan Ellis, he's gone for the 5 runs so far of his first 3 deliveries, normally pretty economical. And also, him and Andrew Ty have been going head-to-head for a long time in terms of wicket taken. Slower ball there from Nathan Ellis, beautifully sold there, and that is going to be the wicket of Patterson. Curtis Patterson gone, 13 runs off 10 deliveries, and Nathan Ellis, that slower ball that he bowls is just absolutely phenomenal. He hides it so well, and that is going to be the wicket for Nathan Ellis. I'll be trying to get a Mexican wave going if I was there as well, says Steve Smith there in the channel. Hello, guys. Give like this channel as well. And the Wellington Phoenix are up 1-0. says Andre. So that is a very quick start, 4 minutes into the game, and they have already been able to get it, and that is a big wicket there for Nathan Ellis. Picking up Curtis Patterson, 13 runs off 10 deliveries, and he is going to be out, and they are 33 for 2 now. We have got their 182 as top score at the stadium as well, says Robert. So that is a good fun fact there as well. And Hamish is hydrating during the stream's Christmas miracle, folks, as well, says Sebastian. Not minimum, says Garav there. And also, about Kane Williamson rank on Test, ODI, and T20 as well. I'm not too sure where he is sitting at the moment. Whereabouts is he overall for his ranking? I know that he's had a few injury issues recently, which is why he wasn't taking part in the Test matches while we were in India for that one very recently. Inglis now making his way to the crease, also returning from Australia A. It is great to have him back in the Perth Scorchers kit here, and they certainly need him because they need some sort of combination here to be able to rebuild for their innings. 51% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to win this game from here on out. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. And we have got Hay there as well. And hey, how's it going? From Ali as well to David. But nonetheless, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We are already sitting on 30 likes on this live stream. So we are absolutely flying up. And Nathan Ellis at the moment flying into the crease to bowl another delivery just outside of the off stump. And it is going to be the yes-no. Marsh decides against taking the quick single there for his side. But we're already up to match 12 of the KFC Big Bash. It has been an absolutely phenomenal tournament so far. There's been games going down to the final ball. We've had games. Also, there's been a little bit of controversy at times, but there always is with a competition when you have got 61 matches as well. But the Scorchers, they won the bat flip. They decided to take the toss on. Look at that. Water. Unbelievable. Do you want to come and say hi? It's going to be off the edge of Mitchell Marsh and just doesn't quite get that one right. They've been able to run through for the run out as well. And also a sip of water is not enough, maybe. There says Steve Smith. And also, welcome in, Ellie. Hope you're well, lass. As well, says Sebastian. That's going to be the end of the over. 4 overs in. Yeah, the voice is coming back. Do you want to say hi? You want to? They can't quite see yet this day. No, not quite. We have got their wicket in hand as factor as well. Says cricket lovers there. But at the moment, after the 4 overs, 34 for 2, they are sitting at the moment for the Perth Scorchers. Colin Munro getting out for a duck there off the second delivery. My mother has said how surprising for that one as well. But now it's going to be Darcy Short who gets an opportunity here with the ball in hand. It will be interesting to see how he can go. He's got 60 matches under his belt, 29 wickets. As I'm good. How about you as well? Says Ali to Sebastian there. But currently sitting best 5 for 21. I believe it was actually last season that Darcy Short was able to bring up that. So he will be open to pick up a couple early wickets here. Inglis hasn't faced the ball yet. Mitchell Marsh sitting on 20 off 12 there. As well, he's ranked 9 in the ODI, but they have got Joel Paris. He is currently wearing a vest, which would indicate that he is not going to be back for the rest of this match. I believe it was a groin injury or something along those lines. Only bowled 1.4 overs. And unfortunately for him, his night is going to be over. Hopefully his season is not as well. Darcy Short there bowling the leg spinner to Mitch Marsh. Going to be running through for the quick 2. And they have been able to get back nicely. Good running from them as well. And as we have, let's get the Hamish. Isn't this the first ever drink on a live stream as well? It is indeed. Believe it or not, in our 150 or so live streams that we have been doing, pretty much it is the case of we have finally drunk some water as well. Please play Cricket 22 with live stream as well. Since that went, we are hoping to do a couple Cricket 22 live streams next week at some stage. Definitely if the voice has returned for it as well. I'm doing good. Thank you as well, says Sebastian. That one's been hit down the ground. And once again, it is just going to be the single. Matthew Way behind the stumps. Darcy Short also here for this matchup. Those two are very crucial in the batting lineup of the Hobart Hurricanes. They cannot lose those early wickets, or else they will end up possibly in the same position as the Scorchers with that little bit of the rebuilding phase. And also, I'm doing good. Thank you as well, says Sebastian and mate. Yesterday, I got a PS5 gift from my mum and dad early. The best presents as well, or the best parents, says James Gordon there. It is going to now be going down the ground there. Nicely done. And it's a single once again. That's good step as well, says Ali Hills. And wicket lost. You cannot set a big total as well, says Cricket Lovers. Exactly right. So they need to make sure that they do keep it tight here for the Hobart Hurricanes. The next couple of overs, we're still just outside of the power play, but after the 10 overs, that is when that bash boost point will be decided between these two sides. And if you get yourself the bash boost point, the thing is, neither of these sides need the bash boost point to be able to win this game and be first on the table as well. We have got their world's best bowler, Lasif Malinga, Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah. Also, they have got their Raman, Dale Steyn, Imran Tahir, and also Shiana Freddy and Jofra Archer there as well. But now it is going to be going out there once again. And it is nicely fielded in the deep by the Hobart Hurricanes, keeping it tight at this stage of the match. 4.5 overs down, and they are still sitting 39 for 2. And I didn't think you knew what water was until today, Hamish, as well. Says Steve, sit there, and good to hear your voice is better. Says James Gordon. Yeah, it was a little bit rusty before the live stream, but it seems to have warmed up now, which is great news. Cut off in the deep cover region by Caleb Jewell. That's into Darcy Short's first over. Decent one as well, only going for the 6 runs. And now the Scorchers are sitting 40 for 2 here after the 5 as well. Say hi to Mama from South Africa. Her son is doing a great job as well. Says Esbok there. And also we have got there, what are your thoughts on Shane Warne? Comments on Mitchell Stark first wicket on the Ashes Test match. I assume that is when he was saying how the ball didn't swing, even though it was like an in-swinger. If I'm not wrong for that one, and he might be tricking us. It might be lemonade. Oh, you think it's not even water that I have got myself? Could be the case. Maybe I am just doing a little bit of a trickery for that one. It is close to April Fools. The thing is, we're actually closer to April Fools than we are to, what's the next one that's coming up after that? The mid-year one. What do we got? We got Easter. That's a little bit before April Fools, isn't it? Queen's birthday, is that the one? June. It's in June, I am getting told by my assistants here at the moment. Who doesn't want to come on and say hi? She is just watching the game from the side. Would you like a cheer? No? You're good? Sandeep Lavashane now. He's got his best bowling figures of 3 wickets and also 11 runs off him as well. And yes, we did. It's the school holidays as well, says James Gordon there. And what is your name? My name is Hamish. And this man's name is Sandeep Lavashane. Beautiful bit of spin. It's in the air and it's going to be the wicket there. And straight away, Josh Inglis is picked up. Sandeep Lavashane gets himself his first wicket of this matchup. And the Perth Scorchers in a little bit of trouble now, sitting 61% chance of the Hobart Hurricanes. And also we have got there, Hamish, most times you'll know when you're dehydrated, when you're thirsty, either that or you're drinking vodka as well, says David there. And I hope that one day Hamish will experience the joy of a glass of whiskey during a game. As well, says Sebastian there, Mitchell Marsh out after nothing as well. Says good half. Although at this stage, it is going to be the wicket falling of Josh Inglis. So he's only been back for a little while and he has already lost this wicket. Only getting the 2 runs there off 3 deliveries. And now the Perth Scorchers, they are going to be in that rebuilding stage. They are 3 down for 40 after the 5 overs. We have also got their now person trouble, says Aiden there, and why they throw wicket as well. Says cricket lovers, I assume that is why they threw away that one. Unfortunately, the thing is, Josh Inglis, he actually struck that ball very nicely for the sweep shot, but it's unfortunate because there was a man out there where he was trying to, and also Hamish tell mum to honor us and jump on as well. Do you want to say hi for a moment? I feel like a wave. They would be fine with a wave. She is still standing there over to the side. She looks like she's going to be pulling up a cheer possibly for some of this matchup by the looks of it. And also we have got their Mitch One Pals as well as Tariq there in the chat. But we have also got there next year at school. It's going to be done because some of the boys are just left today. And it's only 5 of us now as well, says James Gordon. That is a good question. Unfortunately, there is quite a tight squeeze with the green screen here by the looks of it. I'm just clearing stuff, ladies and gentlemen, but Sandeep Lavashane able to get himself the early wicket in this innings as well. Tell you what, we'll scamper over a little bit more. I do a bit. And also we have got the hi Hamish mum as well, and also brother, please time say as well, says Raman. So at this stage we have got 9:43 p.m. here in New Zealand, but we have got my mum. We're not quite in frame, are we? We're going to need the light as well so that it is a little bit brighter for you. Right, one moment, ladies and gentlemen. Geez, that's a bit blurry. We'll go like this. We'll go like this. We have got my mumsy here with me today. How are you going? Yeah, I'm doing all right. And I'm good to see you. Merry Christmas as well, says David there as well. That was a thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't quite see it. But now at this stage, there it is. Is your jersey? No, your jersey's not green. It kind of looks green, doesn't it? Interesting. And also we have got there, brother, please say time. And also next year at school, it's going to be done because some of the boys just left today. And it's only 5 of us as well, says James Gordon. And good evening, madam, as well there, says Sebastian. And also missing the days of fearless cricket, Herschel Gibbs, Adam Gilchrist, Chris Gale as well. That's going to be hit there through the covers. And once again, just a single to get Turner back underway as well. And brother, name, please tell me as well, says Raman. My name is Hamish as well. And greetings to your mum, Hamish, as well, says it, Kevin Thomas there. How was your meal? Lovely meal. Oh, nice one. Who do you think will win this game from here on out? No, lost 3 early wickets. Can you guys hear all right with this headset? I've just realized I've still got this one on, don't I? And out it's going to be Mitchell Marsh. Hits it there. Out to the man at deep cover, Nathan Ellis. You enjoy watching him bowl, don't you? Nathan Ellis. He's all right. Labashane. Nepal is where he is located as well. The Sandeep. Yes. Was it the Melbourne Stars last year? Sandeep Labashane whipped to the leg side and has been able to cut it off nicely for himself there as well. So Mitch Marsh, he moves up on to 26 of 18. That is the end of the 6th over now, and it is going to be 45 for 3. And we can hear her voice as well, and I can't hear her at all, and only can only really hear you as well. And Mama, we are so proud of you, Hamish, from South Africa as well. There's Isbok there as well. Do you think you will be staying for a little while? Should I set up the other microphone? You want to? Halftime? Okay, one moment, ladies and gentlemen. We are just going to be setting up the other microphone for a little short moment here. So we will go like this. We will go like this as well. So Mitch Marsh, or sorry, Ashton Turner, actually going to be on strike for the next little while for himself, trying to see whether or not he can build up a nice partnership here with Mitch Marsh to try and get them back in a good position to be able to win this game. And Tim David, once again, going to get the ball in hand. We will go like this. We will go like this. And hopefully we go like this. Maybe it has switched over, hopefully. If I'm not wrong, we will go like this as well. And there we go. And Angel has appeared on my screen as well, says Steve Smith there.
Oh, you're so kind.
There we have it. Got there, Hamish. I thought your mum said next time she came on, she'd be wearing a Queensland jersey holding a photo of Wally Lewis as well. There says David.
I'm pretty sure it was a New South Wales jersey and probably Edenhausen.
Edenhausen?
E.T.
There we go. Let's go there. Looks like a helicopter in the stadium as well. Says James Gordon there. And also we've got the which Kiwi Super Rugby team, or which Super Rugby team does your Kiwi mum support as well? Which team? You go for the Highlanders, don't you?
Yeah. We're at that halfway point where you either support Otago or Canterbury.
Mm-hmm.
And because I lived in Christchurch, I supported Otago.
Yeah, 6.3 overs down at the moment. 48 for 3 here. Matthew Wade behind the stumps for the Hobart Hurricanes. Is certainly a talented player with the bat in hand. 93 runs and all good now as well. Says I've actually there my mistake. Says David there. Jadazava. 48 for 3 at the moment. The Scorchers are sitting. How many runs do you think they will be able to get to before the time that they are finished their innings?
I haven't actually seen a lot of Scorchers games. Who else is in their lineup for the batters?
Okay, so they have got these fellows here. So they've got Laurie Evans left, Ashton Agar, Andrew Ty, Jason Beredorf, Peter Haskelloo, and also Tymor Mills, who's a very talented pace bowler. So he's probably not going to do a lot of batter.
No. Not a batter.
Oh, swing through there for Ashton Turner down the ground to the man at long on, and it's going to be cut off beautifully in the deep, just keeping it to the 2 runs.
So where are they playing?
They are playing at Blundstone Arena, so home ground advantage for Hobart Hurricanes.
And what's the average score?
Average score, I believe someone mentioned earlier on that the highest they have got here is 190 in history.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I reckon that they might get 150 if they're lucky.
Oh, that was almost a run out there for Mitch Marsh, but Ashton Turner there, that looks like they do just want the single. But Tim David bowling decently here as a part-time bowler. That is actually the end of his over, even though he's bowled 1.2. It is because of the injury of Joel Paris a little bit earlier on, and we'd love to see a random guy on Paramore just randomly drop in as well. See that Steve Smith there, but the end of the 7th over is up on us. 52 points for 3. 52 points. This is not rugby. 52 runs for 3 wickets.
Yeah, I noticed you were saying that in the rugby game. You were saying a cricket score.
Yeah, I ended up, that's the thing. It's like balancing the two, isn't it? And tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I did mention that George might be around for a few of the Ashes streams. Are you going to be popping in for a couple Ashes sessions, perhaps?
When's it start?
It is starting on Thursday, 5 p.m. going through to 12 p.m., but you don't have to do all of the sessions, of course.
Yeah, well, depending on the weather, we'll be in Pleasant Point for bowls on Thursday. So Thursday afternoon, so...
Tim David, he knows that could have been the run out there, and it would have been as well. It would have been Mitch Marsh gone. And this is so amazing. I have Mum's live stream with Hamish, makes good team as well. And who's your mother's favourite cricketer?
That's a hard one.
Shot there.
Because you've got to go Martin Crowe.
Martin Crowe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite liked him. But I hate to say it, but I used to like Ricky Ponting too.
Ricky Ponting, the Australian.
Yeah.
The Australian.
I know.
That'll get you in trouble around these parts, won't it? In New Zealand?
Does, yeah. But yeah, Martin Crowe, you can't go past Martin Crowe as a Kiwi, can you? And Richard Hadley, of course.
Richard Hadley, very talented bowler. Never picked up 10 wickets in an innings, I learned.
No, he got 9 for 52 or something.
Do you remember who got the other wicket?
He caught it.
Oh, did he?
He did. I'm sure he did.
There you go. Cricketing knowledge 101 here.
Oh, I think he did. But I can't remember who got the other wicket.
I feel like no one remembers the other bowlers around Richard Hadley too well, do they?
No, but I'm pretty sure he caught it. I
Sandeep.
don't know why I think that, but I could be wrong. Been wrong before. But...
Sandeep Lavashane at the moment.
Who's your
my stat man? Oh, that was for the rugby though. I don't think that was for the cricket. Although we've actually got Roberts very knowledgeable of kind of totals and everything like that. And the Blundstone Arena where England will round off the Ashes 3-2 as well. Says Sebastian there, and also Ponting, that hurts, Manham, that hurts as well. Says Sebastian, and that's coming from a Romanian as well.
Romanian?
Yeah.
Is there any Romanian cricketers?
Not hugely, but he does go for England in the Ashes. Don't laugh. It's all right. He does go for them.
England, I mean, you can't go past David Gower as the best batter, possibly.
Okay. And last year there was lots of boys at high school. Some left last year and 3 left halfway in 2021 and 4 of them left today as well. Says James Gordon, a little bit of a swing of the bat there from Mitch Marsh. Started off, he went 4 and 6 for his first 2 deliveries that he did face. But then from there, slowed down just a little bit, rebuilding. Power surge. They will be able to take that after the 10th over if they decide to.
Oh, is that when they go 2 overs or something?
Do you want me to shuffle over just a little bit more? I see that you're kind of having to lean over. I don't want you to hurt your neck. Here we go. It's like we're on a couch, isn't it? Shot from Ashton Turner. That one's going all the way, and that is going to be 6 runs for Ashton Turner there. Very nice shot. Thanks, Mum. I thought it would be Jonty Rhodes as well. Says Spock there. And at the chat.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. Bloody good fielder. I mean... Yeah, he was a good fielder.
And also, I've got there Martin Crowe was a legend. Ricky Ponting, never heard of him. That's just David there.
Can you follow cricket?
No, it's a name that just goes to the back of the mind of a Kiwi, isn't it? How many runs did Ricky Ponting score against New Zealand? Probably like too many. Too many.
But then if you want to talk legends of cricket, you got to go David Boone with how many beers did he drink on the flight over to England? Oh, legend.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, someone's going to tell me because it was in the news not so long ago that I read the headline. How many beers, Craig?
93 meters that 6 went there. And so I was very excited to see your mum doing live commentary. So nice. Family doing very well as well. Says it coding there. And who's winning? I don't know how to read the score. So at the moment, I would say the momentum is in favour of the, I'd say still Hobart Hurricanes, unless Mitchell Marsh keeps on going on. I love my cricket as well. Says that David there. Going to be hit down the ground from Mitchell Marsh. Not quite able to pick up the length from Darcy Short there. And also we have got there in the chat, Johnny was saying Grant Fox is no longer All Black selector. That's going to be a good thing as well, says David.
You got to bring in the new blood. Selectors as well.
The new blood, they have actually gone with, what's his name?
Smith.
Yeah, Joe Smith. He's not exactly, I guess you could say he's new blood to New Zealand selection, but he's certainly been around for a little while. Good selector. Feel like it could be a good choice.
Don't know much about him. He's the Irish guy, isn't he?
Yep.
The Irish coach.
Yeah. Hello, my cricket, and hello, says Monkey Man as well. Welcome into Livestream, mate. Hope you are doing well. There's Darcy Short there. That's going to be a catching opportunity. No, just falling short. A lot of spin on that delivery. Didn't get any of it at all, Mitch Marsh, but it does fall safe for him. Second time I've seen Kiwi Lad's mum as well, says Gloves. I think the last time would have been Argentina, Australia, wasn't it?
Oh, that boring game.
Yeah, that game. It wasn't the most exciting one overall, I will admit, but it's probably the last time we saw you on the channel.
Oh no, I did a NPC game.
Oh, you did Otago versus Waikato.
And Waikato won.
They did. Yeah, still fresh in the mind, I guess you could say. At the moment, Marsh gets himself another 2 runs, sitting on 66 for 3 here for the Perth Scorchers. He does a little bit better Anscombe. He's got better batting ability than myself, though.
Rojas has got this long hair too. You should use his. So.
Okay, who's got the worst haircut in cricket at the moment?
There's a few stuffed up ones I was going to say. Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you at the moment.
What do you think of Maxwell's here for the T20 World Cup?
Nah, pretty sure.
So we've got the first time I've seen Hamish's mum as well. Says James Gordon and Otago versus Waikato was that game as well. Says it Dwabs there. Yeah, it was an interesting one, the little ponytail that Maxwell did have himself for that one. Going to be nicely bowled once again by Darcy Short. He hasn't really gone for a huge amount of runs so far this over. That's the end of it as well. Only going for 11 off his first 2. The Phoenix are winning their game 3-0 at the moment up against Avondale, fun fact.
Well, they should, because they lost about 4-0 the other night, didn't they?
They did, yeah, up against the Newcastle Jets. Hi, sister, as well. See Hamish Spencer there in the chat as well.
Sister. That's why I am someone's sister.
Yes. Molland at the moment, he's come back from Australia A and the performance in Colin Miller's haircut as well. Says clubs there, and also, by the way, the reason I support England is because I have family living there. I also like the Black Caps, but not Australia as well. Says Sebastian there.
Hard to pick Australia, I'm sorry.
Even though we're watching an Australian competition
with
a whole heap of Australians in the chat as well.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Glad to do that.
And also, what is your mum's favourite country besides New Zealand as well? Ooh.
As in what? And
Favourite one to visit will go.
Visit. Australia.
Australia is very nice to visit, isn't it?
Quite enjoyed Melbourne.
Now Bolland, he has gone for 13 runs off his very first over. Nice Yorker bolt there. Hit down the ground, looks like Mitch Marsh and Turner going to be going back for the 2 runs. Good running between the wickets here for the Perth Scorchers. And they will certainly be trying to get onto that total of around 171.80 perhaps. And also, does Mum remember the Australian Mike Haseman as well? Very distinctive haircut. Long hair ladies would have liked him as well. Says East Block.
Geez, how long ago are we talking though?
Mike Haseman.
Haseman.
I feel like this is probably way before my time, isn't it?
I'm picking it's before your time. Maybe before my time. That might be a bit of a rude comment, Christian.
Oh, it's going to be nicely out there by Mitch Marsh. Just swats it away to the boundary. I mean, you can try and cut that off if you're Darcy Short, but when that ball's going like a tracer bullet, you got no chance.
No.
When Mitch Marsh hits the middle of the bat, you know about it because it would probably very much hurt. So if it did hit you, look at that, just swings through. Mitch Marsh hits it to the mid-wicket boundary and Darcy Short, no chance. That's the thing, he didn't even really have time to duck down Darcy Short to try and reach for that one. It looked like his knee didn't work either, which wouldn't have helped him out. He's now living in South Africa as well. He's Eastbok there.
I'll Google him.
Mitch Marsh at the moment sitting on 40 runs off 28. Can't bowl a full toss to Mitch Marsh, but that one has ripped away to the boundary once again out to deep cover. Nathan Ellis out there taking a beautiful catch in the last match. According to Google, Mike Haseman was born in 1961 as well.
Before my time?
Before your time, definitely by about 30 years.
Oh, at least.
Something like that, yeah. I'd say so. You're only born about 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm 22, so that wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't.
No. It's complicated.
The countries next best would be either Switzerland or Austria.
Oh, that's gone up in the air. But Turner, is it going to be taken? I mentioned Nathan Ellis, and he has just taken himself another catch there. Bolland picks up the wicket of Ashton Turner there, and also does your mum know Winston Churchill as well?
Not personally. I know of him.
Know of the name?
Saw a good movie with him. What was that? Dunkirk.
Dunkirk?
Yeah.
Is that the one with Harry Styles in it?
Yeah. That is not because of him.
I feel like there are a lot of teenage girls who watch that movie because of Harry Styles, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, but they wouldn't have understood it.
No. Now, Bolland, he has already been hit around the ground quite a bit so far today, but Ashton Turner on his way, 17 runs off 14 deliveries. Caught by Ellis, bowled by Bolland, and now looking at the percentages, 60% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to win this game from here on out. They've still got 3 more overs of Nathan Ellis as well, but now it's going to be Evans at the crease alongside Mitch Marsh. But that's the thing. For the Hobart Hurricanes to really cement themselves as having a good chance of winning this game, they need Mitch Marsh out. Because he can hit like 50 runs off 20 balls and be like, oh, yeah, struck it all right.
Yeah.
You know, almost got it out of the middle every once in a while.
Yeah, but a lot of these teams rely on just 1 or 2 players, don't they? And if they don't do any good, they're screwed.
You know who plays this song, don't you? Oh, you haven't got headphones on. Do you want headphones? I can give you headphones if you like.
No.
It was Jonas Brothers. So I thought that would be one that you would recognise as well. You haven't got the Darkest Hour with Gary Oldman as Churchill, I think, as well. Or could it have been that one?
Yes. No, that was another one. Yeah. That might have been the one, actually.
Nicely hit down the ground. And once again, another single. Yeah, would you like some headphones?
Okay. No, I'm just reading the comments. Sorry. I'm spaced out. It's been a long
Right.
day.
Oh, I haven't got this light on. That's why it's a little bit darker.
Okay.
Here we go.
That is quite cool, though.
The green screen. You like being at the ground?
Yeah, being at the ground. Haven't been to. Oh, I've been to the Hobart Airport. That's about it.
Right, don't mind me, ladies and gentlemen. I am just finding a whole heap of headsets and whatnot. Have you got that white headset just down by your feet somewhere, Mumsy?
How would you know?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff, isn't there?
No, it's not down there.
Okay, we will go like this. Now, there is no noise. This is drinks now, ladies and gentlemen. After the 10 overs, the Perth Scorchers, they are going to be sitting on a total of 75 for 4. Has any Indian hijackers come into spam yet? No, not so far. Just been pretty nicely. And Harry Styles is Winston Churchill as well. And also we've got the, what is your mum's favourite superhero there?
Oh, is that
in
what
the
that
chat
means?
as well.
Superhero. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I've got one. Because it's all the old school ones like Superman and Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know all the new. I know the Hulk.
The Hulk? You like the Hulk?
Yeah.
You won't like her when she's angry.
Lou Ferrigno. When he
My
plays the
headphones
Hulk.
aren't working.
Aren't they?
No, we might have to go without sound for a little bit here, unless you want this headset.
No, you have to.
You sure?
I don't need it.
Whoops.
I don't need to hear the Aussie commentators.
Yeah,
I was going to say Aussie.
And your headsets look great with the green screen as well. Says Ali L's there, and also we've got as your mum watching the game with you. She is indeed.
Yeah.
At least the first innings, and then we will see how it goes
Yeah,
for the second.
Tomorrow.
I feel like she will need persuaded to stay for the second. What do people have to do for you to stay for the second innings?
Donate thousands.
Donate thousands. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got thousands sitting around, you want to see Mumsy for the second innings? It's the way to go at the moment. We are sitting on a total of 46 likes. We are flying up at the moment. Our like goal is normally 100. Already sitting on 46, doing very nicely so far. That's indeed. We have got a total of 75 up there. Very decent indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, over that corner as well.
Just got to know where to look on your screens.
Yes, they are showing there that catch of Nathan Ellis in the deep, taking it comfortably, and that was actually the 4th wicket down for the Perth Scorchers, and Perth Scorchers win as well. Desmond Fia there in the chat as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing well. We have got Lila in the chat as said, hi Amish, welcome into the live stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button on the channel as well. It is hugely appreciated. You guys all being here. Mitchell Marsh at the moment, he is sitting on 42 off 30, and Darcy Short gets his 3rd over of bowling. Mitchell Marsh, big call of weight there. They are going to be able to get through for just the single in the end. So now it is going to be Evans who will be on strike. Laurie Evans hasn't really had too many opportunities this year. We got 100% as well in the chat. And don't know your rent money, folks, as well. We apologize for the inconvenience, but it's necessary as well. Says Sebastian there. I think Hurricanes can get the bash boost point as well. Says the 2 Aussies there in the chat as well.
What does that mean?
That's pretty much one of our spammers that we do have who do try and get. It pretty much translates to give me a call if you want to hear the predictions of the match.
Oh, is that what that says?
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Go
but
away.
he does it. I think it should be close. But the Hurricanes win it as well. Nice cut shot there from Evans to get himself off the mark there. And Caleb Jewell does throw it in from deep point. Mitch Marsh, though, he's sitting on 43 off 31 deliveries here. Certainly got the skill, got the power, got the talent, got the size, got the neck to be able to go well here for Mitch Marsh. Doesn't swing too hard there, though.
He's sort of been in and out of the Aussie team, hasn't he?
He has.
He hasn't really settled in it.
Because he did well at the T20 World Cup, and I feel like that is why he's playing quite well now as well, because it's similar to David Warner, how once you get that good game under your belt when you're like an experienced fellow, as soon as you get that, nice little block hole Yorker there. And also Hamish, I think total 155 on a misfield there in the deep for the Hobart Hurricanes. And has anyone actually called those squiggles numbers as well, says Ali. They have not that I know of. Mitch Marsh or Matthew Wade, who has taken home the player of the game as well. It's a tough one. I would say at the moment it's looking like Mitch Marsh, but Matthew Wade, he loves the pressure of having to chase down a big total. So maybe that will make him shine, and he might be able to get himself the 100. Mitch Marsh at the moment, he's swinging hard at the ball, it seems. Still trying to hit it along the ground, but also very aggressive with it. I think the Scorchers will make 160. The Hurricanes will win as well, says the 2 Aussies there. And in every Big Bash game, there is always a bashing for the crowd as well there, says Amish Spencer. I assume that is with all the 6s that are being hit. And at the moment, Mitch Marsh, I believe he's just got the 1 so far. Hi, Amish came to say hi to your mum. You guys rock as well, says Sports Sedan. So welcome into the live stream, mate.
Thank you.
My mumsy is here with me. We've decided that we'll watch the first inning. She's going to be joining me for some of the Ashes by the sounds of it as well. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It will certainly help out my voice for doing back-to-back sessions of the Ashes as well, won't it?
So Broad and Thebo have been selected, have they?
They have indeed. And Hazelwood out with an injury.
Yeah, I saw that.
And also Warner is almost not confirmed either, is he?
Isn't he?
I don't think so. I think one of the openers has a little bit of an injury, so it may either be, I think it's either, who is it that's going to be brought in? It's either going to be, I can see the guy. I can see him.
Can you?
Yep. But it's either, I know Usman Khawaja, but it's the other fella. It's not Travis Head, though, because he's
already in there.
He's in there. It's the other opener. It's a guy. Plays cricket, as you do.
Looks like Burns.
Looks like Burns. It's not Burns, though. He knows how to get himself out early. The power surge is taken nice and early here for the Perth Scorchers. Who is the guy who is opening England are getting flogged as well? And also, can you stream the Ashes as well since the two Aussies? It does seem like we are going to be going Mitch 1 is the best, or Marsh 1 is the best as well. And we have also got their Jai Richardson to replace Hazelwood as well. And England are still getting flogged as well. Says Hamish Spencer. I suppose we should ask, who do you support in the Ashes, madam, as well?
Not Aussie.
Oh, so you and Sebastian will get along nicely. Nathan Ellis bowling the first over of the power surge. Yeah, it's going to be pitched up, and Mitch Marsh smacks it hard down the ground, but it's going to be cut off nicely by, I think it was Peter Hanscom, who was able to cut that one off for them. Now, the last game for the Hobart Hurricanes, they were actually heavily affected by the rain. They did get rained off for 2 overs, which was the difference between the Sydney Sixers getting 2 overs of their power surge or just the 1 as well. And also we have got the, Henry Hunt should be in the Aussies. Head of, that's his name, Harris. Harris, the opener?
Yeah.
I can't think of his first name, though. What's his first name? Marcus. Marcus Harris. Who's Nathan Harris?
He's another cricketer.
Is he? We'll go with that. But now it is going to be Evans once again, who will be on strike, sitting on 2 runs off 4 deliveries so far. Nice Yorker bowled by Nathan Ellison. No run scored there. Hey, Hamish's mum, who's your favourite Australia player? Hamish as well. And there says Robert. So I'd say favourite Australian player. I mean, I quite like watching probably either. That's the thing. I love the bowling attack of Australia. Josh Hazelwood, Pat Cummins, Nathan Lyon. And then if you had to throw it in there as well, if you had to pick a 4th, Mitch Stark's not too bad at times as well. When it comes to being able to bowl a nice swinging Yorker, just like the first delivery of the Ashes as well. Marcus Harris, as the name says, Robert. See, Robert's our stat guy. He's the guy who knows all of the information. Robert, I'm going to put your brain to the test here. What is the average score batting first here for the BBL at Blundstone Arena? See whether or not he has got it there. They're projected at the moment. They're looking like they're getting around that 143. If they go at 10 and over from here on out, they get 168. Nathan Ellis pitched up. That's a nice shot, but I don't think he's got all of it there. There's going to be lob in the field, though, as we are in the power surge. Only 2 men outside of the ring for the next couple of overs. But it's a nice shot from Evans, and he now moves himself up onto 6 runs. Laurie Evans, Mitch Marsh sitting on 46 off 34 deliveries. 3 4s, 1 6 there for that man as well, looking sharp. And at the early stages, good swing of the bat, though, from Evans.
So I've got to answer who's my favourite Australian player at the moment. That's a good one. Alex Carey.
Oh, you like him?
Yeah.
You want to explain what's happened here, Mumsy?
He looked at him, and the ball went in between them.
Did indeed win all the way for 4 there. You went right. Marsh has made 50, or you were right. Marsh has made 50 as well. Says Angel, he's sitting on 46 at the moment for myself. It's a nice shot there from Evans. Just goes straight through the gap. And in the end, I think he just perfectly picked the gap. I don't think either of them.
Neither of them would have got it. They're not that quick.
Nice, expensive over so far in favour of the Perth Scorchers, though. They are able to already get themselves 9 runs off it. Nicely bowled. That's going to be trying to go through that same gap. Oh, he's almost picked it again, but this time Darcy Short having a bit of a juggle of it on the boundary, but he has been able to stop it and cut the ball off nicely as well. Matthew Wade fielding it there for the Perth Scorchers. Still 1 ball left of this over. Nice explanation, Bob, as well. Just done there in the chat. Yeah, this stage, if you're enjoying the explanations, plenty more coming for the Ashes, isn't there? Hey?
Oh, yeah. It's all about tactics for the Ashes, isn't it?
It is.
This young fella, Alice, isn't there a story? Didn't he go to last year? There's a bit of a story about him going to Hobart. didn't he pack his bags, go to Hobart and hope that he got a contract or something?
I think that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was able to fully commit to it, and now one of the best bowlers. The Hobart Hurricanes didn't give up on it. And because of it now, he is working his way up the Hobart Hurricanes rankings. Did your mum play, or did your mum play any sports as well? Jeez, there's a list in there.
Yeah, there is. Quite sporty as a youngster.
What do you mean? You're still a youngster.
Thank you, Hamish. Well, I play golf and bowls now, but I used to play, what did I used to play? Basketball, netball, tennis, cricket, soccer, badminton.
Badminton?
Go badminton, I go squash until my knees gave out.
We also got there the average first innings total at the Blundstone is 182, also 167 in the second innings.
Wow. Okay.
So they might be hitting somewhere around the par at this stage by the looks of it. And also my favourite player in the Ashes is Warner, Head, Smith, Labuschagne, Carey, Hazelwood, Stark, Lyon and Cummins as well.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who don't you like? Who's in there? I guess it's someone in that middle order. You're not a fan of Cameron Green by the looks of it, unfortunately for him. That's all right. He's still young, isn't he? A target 160 plus as well there. But now it is going to be hit down the ground once again. Labuschagne is going to have the second over of the power surge here. So they've decided that it will be a good idea. Bowling a little bit of spin. He is actually very economical. Sandeep Labuschagne as well. Currently getting the first wicket of the match. And also we have got the Indian has arrived as well. Says Irish there. Labuschagne there a little bit leg side, but it is going to be worked off the pad there. For just a single once again here for the Perth Scorchers, or is it?
I was going to say, why would you throw like that?
Almost going right through to the boundary, but luckily it was cut off nicely for themselves as well. But Dan Christian at the moment, he is having a little bit of an explanation still going. Sydney Sixers is where he is located at the moment for him, Dan Christian. How many teams has he played for in the BBL? I feel like it is upwards of like 4 or 5 for himself as well. Strikers are the best team as well. And Irish, did your mum play any rugby as well?
No, it wasn't really a sport back in our day. Or, you know, from a small school, we didn't play rugby. I don't know if I would have liked to actually to be tackled like that.
What position do you think you would have been?
I was pretty quick as a teenager, so probably on the wing.
Rough ball there.
It was a rough ball, wasn't it?
And Sandeep Labuschagne.
He was good.
You said he was good as well. You said he was pretty economical, but that is actually what is going to bring up the 50 for Mitch Marsh there. He moves up onto 51. He got just a little clipper on it. So 51 runs for Mitch Marsh, 37 deliveries, 4 fours, 1 6 as well. And then also I have to go, I might go to some Ashes games as well. Says the two Aussie, so be sure to enjoy them, mate. It does look like there are some pretty good atmosphere. Mum like son, both are wingers as well. Says Hamish Spencer. And now both would struggle to run 5 meters without puffing.
Oh, yeah, no. Can't see the point in that. That's why I play bowls. Lawn bowls.
Pretty consistent with your bowls, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, had a couple of good wins in the weekend.
Yeah, 98 for 4 at the moment. Is this going to be bringing up the 100 off this ball? 1 ball left of the power surge. Yep. Labuschagne bowls it. It's a full toss. Going to be hit out the gap beautifully, and that is 4 runs there for the Perth Scorchers. So that will bring up the 100, and they are sitting 102 for 4 now. Laurie Evans with the 6 as well. Says depth and brief there. And also, do you like better rugby or cricket as well? You like cricket better?
Yeah.
See, I'm probably, it's weird. I like both of them, but in unique ways. You know, because like they're very different in regards of like rugby, you're pretty much full on just trying to like hit each other and pass the ball. Whereas in cricket, if you're passing the ball, you're probably doing something slightly wrong unless you're doing like a little bit of a relay in the outfield. But they're both very good to watch.
Oh, yes.
Summer sport, winter sport, all year round. We got ourselves some sport and we bloody love it, don't we?
Oh, yeah. I suppose.
We suppose so.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Mitch Marsh, he moves up onto 52 off 38. Your score prediction from the mum as well.
Yeah, well, I said about 150, didn't I, for the Scorchers? And Hobart Hurricanes will chase it down.
Like they are saying at the moment, if they don't get Mitchell Marsh out soon, he is going to probably be able to go on and get himself 100 here. They've still got a total of 42 deliveries left on what is better, the AFL or basketball as well. Says the two Aussies. I probably don't watch either of them hugely, unfortunately. So it is going to be interesting to see whether or not, like, I do watch more of the AFL or maybe the NBL, and we bloody do love it. Hamish, my man, as well. The life of mum as well says this news there hit down the ground from Mitchell Marsh. and it is going to be just a single. No, they do get back for the 2. That's the thing. He's deceptively quick between the wickets, Mitch Marsh.
He is, yeah.
That's very nice of you. I was going to, Mom, please restrict Hamish with the amount of hours he commentates. He can be here for days without sleep. He needs him. We need him for years to come as well, says Spock. Although I think it's pretty strategic, the timing. Like, you can vouch for this. I just sleep during the day rather than sleeping during the night at the moment, which is going to be changing once the rugby is finished. We will be going back to a normal-ish sleeping schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, maybe. But we do still get, that's the thing, even though I do end up live streaming at all these random hours, it's an overthrow as well there for the Perth Scorchers. You don't want to keep Mitchell Marsh on strike when he is in the form that he is at the moment. But pretty much, no matter what, I still get myself my 8 hours, if not 10 hours normally, most nights, don't I? Just at random hours, eating rugby in the morning, not this morning coming up, but it is going to be on Friday. I believe we have got a game taking place as well. As the Aussies, your second favourite country in cricket as well, says the 2 Aussies there. I enjoy watching the bowling attack of the Australians. I feel like they're pretty good overall. And also the batting, it is pretty impressive the way that they just sit there and just keep on eating up the balls. It's similar to, I'd say, or it's not really similar to the Indian opener, is it? What's his name? Fellow. The, not, no, it's not Jadeja, but it's that guy who's one of the openers, or almost the openers, I think, Pajara, who comes in and he just eats up balls. But this is a different style that the Australians do. When the bad ball is there, they will hit that one all the way to the boundary. And also we have got there, Hamish, your dad might make a good Ashes commentator with you as well, says Robert. I have tried to do some convincing, perhaps in terms of having a session with George, a session with my mum, and then a session with my dad, perhaps, for the days of cricket. Like, George knows nothing about cricket, but it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? And also Montpellier versus Leinster and Ulster versus Northampton on Friday as well, says Sebastian there, Rohit Sharma. And it says Sports Sedan there, and also BBL is a good time for you, I think, as well. See, Sports Sedan, yeah, it certainly is always exciting. And I'm still upset that Elise Berry has a BF. I mean, what can she see in him instead of me as well, says Aidan there. Who's the one who's married to Mitchell Stark?
Isn't that Healy?
Yes, it is. I was thinking Kean Healy, but that is a rugby player. He's a big prop, and I don't think he is married to Mitchell Stark. That we know of. Could be his side chick. Yeah. Elisa Healy there. Or Alyssa Healy. Elisa, I think it is daughter of Ian Healy as well there. And also I might go at halfway break, then come back with 10 hours left for the Hurricanes as well. Says the 2 Kiwis at the moment. It looks like Evans.
The 2 Kiwis, it says the 2 Aussies.
Whereabouts? Oh, the 2 Aussies is his name rather than the 2 Kiwis. I'm thinking of Kiwi rugby or Kiwi cricket at the moment as well. We've got a few Kiwis. Had him right there on the
kidney.
What would you consider that muscle around that region? A little bit above the gluteus maximus muscle. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's your bottom.
Okay.
Ian Ely's daughter as well there, says Robert. I remember it from school. Oh, no, that actually did hit him on the gluteus maximus. That will leave a nice big old red mark right on it, unfortunately for him. It's almost hip bone as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That won't feel too nice. Because that's the thing. You don't get, like, your body's obviously designed for cricket, you know, and you don't have a lot of padding back there to block a cricket ball with your body as well. Lisa Healy, Ian's niece, is married to Stark as well there. Says Robert Miller there.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Ian's daughter.
Nicely pitched up.
Nice. But
Evans once again getting himself off the mark. 8 runs off the over, and now it is 14 overs down, 110 for 4 here for the Perth Scorchers. Moving along quite nicely with that total. Definitely when you've still got Mitch Marsh at the crease. He's actually only hit 4 fours and 1 6, which is almost unheard of for that big man when he has faced so many deliveries. But the big thing is, like, he can hit 4 sixes in an over and be like, oh, yep, now I'm going all right. Might time it a little bit better, and the next over might hit 5. You know, just see how I'm going. AFL is my favourite sport as well, but cricket is my second, and it's still great as well there. Mitchell Stark has a side chick. I might use that next time I see Elisa Healy as well, says Ada there in the chat. And also we have got there, Hamish, would your mum support you if you were gay as well? That's a great question, isn't it?
But you're not, but yeah, I would.
Yeah. She'd help me pick out my boyfriends, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I see.
You'd be like, Hemsworth brother, Jonas brother.
None of them are gay.
Australian cricketer.
All of them are gay.
Evans at the moment sitting on 18 runs off 13 deliveries. Mitch Marsh sitting on 58 off 42, giving himself some space or almost the edge, or it was actually Evans who was on strike at the moment. Thanks, David there. And the chat says the two Aussies there. And the chat as well, I think you may have a chance with Perry as well, says it Robert there. And I was like, I got the laughing emojis from Irish Spencer. Here comes the good question as well. She's divorced as well, says Robert Miller. I assume that is Lisa Perry rather than my mother. Advancing down the wicket. And it is going to be now looking for just the single.
Like a crystal ball.
And I say, you're done as well. Says Irish Spencer there in the chat. But now Barris at the moment, he did bowl 2.2, or sorry, actually only bowled the 1.4 overs before blowing the groin muscle. And unfortunately, that means that he is going to be finished for the night. David pitches it up nicely. He gets quite a bit. Stop that clapping, please, Irish as well. Says that David there in the chat. And at the moment, it's going to be interesting. Mitchell Marsh, he seems like he is about an over away from just going berserk here. And so, and also we have got there Robert Sewers dating a guy playing for the Melbourne Rebels as well there. And the chat and AM cheese, tomato, toasty, a cup of tea, and back to the cricket. And we're all good to go as well, says Steve Smith there. And who is in your side? Who is in my side? I believe it is this one here next to me, I believe, if I'm not wrong, and it is my mother who has decided to join me. I think so. As well, but at the moment, moving up very nicely. And at the Perth Scorchers, that's the thing. Evans is actually in the ball very nicely as well. Straight down the ground, looking like he is going to be able to get the two. And also we have got there who's your dad's favourite cricket player as well. Oh, I feel like he would have been a Richard Hadley boy, wouldn't he?
Yeah, because he was a bowler too. Yeah. Oh.
You're about to yell out, were you? You guys got during that Ashes invite Steve Waugh to your room as well. You'll have more viewers than TV as well. Says S-Bok there. And also I've got there in the chat, Joel Barris not bowling. What problems as well? Unfortunately, groin injury for that man has come up. Big shot down the ground from Mitch Marsh. Strikes it well. There is a man back there, though, who has been able to cut it off. And that is going to be the end of another good over from Tim David. Currently sitting 17 for none off his overs. And it is going to be who's Danny Hume, what's going on as well. And your mum, bro, as well. Says love soft prayer as well. It is indeed. Me mother here with me. For plenty more live streams, hopefully, in the future, so 170 plus for my prediction. I might be close, Hamish, as well. Says Steve Smith. I think you're going to be probably bang on the money because when you've got, that's the thing. If Mitch Marsh doesn't lose his wicket, I'm saying they almost get 180 plus or so. Hamish, next time bring your dad. Also, with mummy together, family reunion on channel, do live commentary as well. Says Coding there. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, have to have more than a couple of beers.
Final session of the Ashes.
Oh.
Keen?
What day is it?
Oh, it's going to be a Monday night. Possibly.
Monday, what? The 20th?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Monday, the 20th.
I've still got work, but hey, why not?
Yeah, Boxing Day test as well.
Oh, I love Boxing Day test. That's the best cricket match ever was the Black Caps versus the Aussies Boxing
Brilliant
Day test
shot
match.
There from Mitch Marsh, the one in Melbourne.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
It was.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. Even though we lost badly, it was still a very nice one. That atmosphere when Trent Bolt took Joe Burns' wicket.
Oh, jeez, it was good.
And also, I've got they separated last year as well. Some things, commentary mum as well. Says, I love soft prayer, and 180 was my prediction on the nose as well. And Hamish, when are you going to meet your girlfriend as well? Or when are we going to meet your girlfriend, says Aidan? Well, first of all, I will have to find her. Yeah, and then after that,
so any girls listening, send in your
resumes,
profiles,
your CVs, and Mumsy will have a look through them. Yeah. Decide who she wants for myself. But
I'll set up a meeting.
Set up a meet and greet.
Meet and greet.
It's going to be down the leg side. Job interview. And don't think match will go the fifth day as well, says Sports Sedan. Yeah, it seems more than likely that's the thing. If it's a Sunday night or a Saturday night, that will be even better, won't it?
Well, sort of. I've got a bowls break up on the 19th.
Oh,
there's just so many things on at the moment.
Lavashane has been able to cut that one off. Nicely done by him once again. He is just bowling very well. Very economical. Normally he has gone for 31 today, but he did pick up that big wicket early on. And also they like red roses, Hamish as well. And welcome in, says Sebastian there. And wait, Robert really as well in the chat for it. And I was also got there high Bangladeshi people as well. Says Hamish Pizza there in the chat. And Lavashane. Oh, that was close to Mitch Marsh having his stumps knocked over a little bit. We actually saw Andre Russell on strike. Not yesterday, the day before. The ball hit his stumps and didn't roll off. No. The bails there, but Lavashane getting a little bit of flight. That's so close to hitting the top of the stumps. How is that missed? Looking from that angle, that shouldn't have. Now a little bit down the leg side, and Mitch Marsh hits it off to the lead side. That's just going to be the single, and that will be the end of the 16th over now. And it is going to be 125 before we have got how are you as well for Bangladesh as well. Welcome in. I hope you are doing well. I'm doing very well. Job interviews are scary enough. Imagine that as well. Says Ali there, and Hurricanes need Wade and Short to have a good partnership. They do indeed. Top of the order batsmen, those two, Matthew Wade, and they've also got McDermott back. They've got Peter Anscombe as well, who can hit a long ball, and then also Caleb Jewell put himself a few boundaries in the last match as well. But nonetheless, we are currently sitting only 4 overs left in this situation, so we will have to wait and see whether or not they can get towards that 165. If Mitch Marsh goes bang, he gets a century, and they will get themselves a huge total on the card. Monday night that was as well, says a Robert there. But the partnership, they have brought up 51 runs off 38 deliveries, contribution 25 from both men, and Laurie Evans actually going quicker than Mitch Marsh at the moment.
Off 38, that's not hugely quick, is it?
It's not the speediest, but I guess they were also doing a bit of rebuilding. But saying that, the power surge also in there with the 2 power play overs. Boland at the moment, 1 for 29 here off 3 overs for himself. And fired up.
This guy is sort of hit and miss whether he goes for heaps or not. Only a few.
I feel like he's done a little bit of both today, hasn't he? Because he did pick up that wicket and also sitting on 29 now. Boland bouncer. Oh, that was close to Mitch Marsh's stumps. Once again, we haven't got to go and be back when it's 10 overs left for the Hurricanes as well, says the 2 Aussies. We will see you in a little while, mate. But do let us know, ladies and gentlemen, from where we are sitting, do we think that the Perth Scorchers are going to be winning this game? Do let us know. And also, personally, I think a Yorker would be a speciality, would be my speciality in cricket, but I'd mix it up, give away nothing as well, says Steve Smith. Also, seen from Nathan Ellis, slower ball alongside. Tell you what, the knuckleball Yorker, who bowls that at the moment? I think is it Neil Wagner who kind of puts it on there? And it's the weirdest thing. My hand's not big enough, but they put the ball there and do like a, that's in the slot. Old mate just flexes the comment from the commentator. And that's going to be Evans, who does it all the way for 6 there. What was my score prediction as well, says Betty Wagon. I will go back. We have got this new feature that I've learned that I can star certain things. So your prediction, Betty Wagon, was 167 for 6 for your prediction for that one as well. England will lose as well, says Hamish Spencer there. And also, Perth Scorchers look favourite to me, and Laurie Evans with the 6 as well. And Hamish, make sure your girlfriend likes rugby. What am I saying? Or why am I saying this in New Zealand? That's gone up in the air once again, and it's going to be the edge, though. And that one is going to be going all the way for another 4 back-to-back boundaries here for the Perth Scorchers. Boland under pressure. And also, we have got there, how does your mum feel about Charlotte Caslick as well? Says Sebastian there.
Is she the USA chick?
The Australian Sevens. I'm going to show you a picture of it.
Wasn't it George that liked her?
It was George. George likes anything that is a woman.
Oh, he needs to learn how to talk to them.
Which one is she? She is that one. It's unfortunate that this is the most recent photo. Yeah. It's pretty much about 7 ladies in bikinis.
Okay.
And also underhand spin ball. The opposition won't suspect a thing as well. Said Steve Smith there, and also Way Scorchers are going. I'd say that Hobart team wins as well at 186. I think I was as well. Says Robert there. It's a full toss, almost in the stumps once again. Getting very close, but no cigar for them once again there for the Hobart Hurricanes. They've been extremely close to picking up both of these wickets multiple times. I just haven't quite been able to get the job done. We haven't got their Digimon like Brendan McCullum.
Better not be honest.
And
he was all right.
He was all right?
Yeah, he just had a big head.
Well, I was going to, by the way, it's my birthday today. Would love to have you and your mum wish me, Kevin, as well. And HSC Sports Sudan, so happy birthday, mate. Hope you do. Have a good day. It's going to be a short ball once again. We're racing almost away to the boundary. Just show Charlotte, or you just showed showed Charlotte in bikinis to your mum. Legend 10 out of 10, says Sebastian as well. It was unfortunate. It was the last picture that she posted, and I was like, I don't want to spend too long scrolling through trying to find a picture. So it's just like, she's this one in a picture of about 7 of the Australia Sevens women's team as well. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought too. They're now 140 for 4 at the moment after 16.5 overs down. And at the Perth Scorchers innings, just a few more deliveries. Good Yorker bowled by Boland, but he's going to be going for 45 runs today off his 4 overs. Got the 1 wicket, but it's really, that's the thing. It was an early wicket in the end of Ashton Turner, who did get 17 off 14 deliveries, but it is going to be tough for them to be able to slow them down from here at the moment. It seems like Evans, he's moved up onto 40. He might actually overtake Mitch Marsh here if Mitch Marsh isn't careful, because he's going at a higher strike rate at the moment. Evans going at 173.91 for his strike rate compared to Mitch Marsh, who's at 134, really easing back in to the BBL here. By the looks of it, he's just looking around, looking for the field placement. That's the thing. 3 overs left. He can still get 100 here. Mitch Marsh, we can never kind of underestimate him. If he hits it in a decent fashion, he's going all the way to the boundary. They've still got Ashton Agar available, Andrew Ty, Behrendorff, Haskelloo. He's a very good leg spinner at times. He's a little bit, I guess you could say, like Bolland in terms of he either bowls it wide or does end up going out to the other side. I didn't want to scroll, though. That tells me something as well. Says Hamish Spencer. Well, I thought the longer I scroll through, the more pictures of her she sees, and then she'll be like, oh, Hamish, I don't know whether or not you should be dating a lady. Yeah, well, that's going to be a wicket there. Evans has been able to get that one, unfortunately, straight to the man at short third man, and Mr. Nathan Ellis picking up the wicket as well. His second of the day, my mum. Oh, hey, mum, I told Hamish once that I have a massive crush on Gabrielle Sabatini as well, says David.
What, the tennis player?
Yeah.
She must be a wee bit older than Sabatini. She retired.
She might have, but they've just mentioned that Nathan Ellis there, he kind of became a werewolf and ended up trying to go down on all 4 legs. And unfortunately for him, it does mean that maybe he has injured himself here, Nathan Ellis, which would be a big shame for them, but it looks like he is all right. Joel Paris is another player that they've already lost from injury today. But Laurie Evans, he's gone out 40 runs off 24. I did say that he might be able to outscore Mitch Marsh, and that is exactly what has not happened because I did jinx it big time. But now at the crease, Ashton Agar, Mitch Marsh.
So do you know who Gabrielle Sabatini?
I do not. David has told me good things, though.
Yeah, I suppose she was the pin-up girl of tennis. So was not Sharapova, the other one. Was it Kornikova that married the singer?
The singer.
His father was a singer too.
Got those singing and tennis genes.
Yeah.
That's for the you got to get the perfect note, put them off. Imagine if you did a high enough note. Yeah, she retired a few years back. She dated Trump once as well.
Oh, sure.
She's David there.
It would have been a rumor. He probably started that one.
But that one is going to be out just to sing on it. He's a nice orange man. Just like the Scorchers kit at the moment.
Yeah.
Now at the moment, 142 for 5 here of 17.2 overs for them. They're still looking like that 170 plus that Steve Smith did predict. Could still be on the cards. Also predicting high at the moment. It was in the end 180 runs from David. We also had 180 from Robert, 186 from Novmum, and also 190 from Kevin. Andre said 185, 182 from Robert there for the exact prediction. It's great having these little star ones, isn't it?
I was wondering why you were doing that. Very cool.
Yeah. At the moment here, Nathan Ellis getting 2 wickets already, only going for the 18 runs. Him and Andrew Ty seem to be going head to head at the moment to see who is going to be able to get it. I have a bit of a crush on Anna Ivanovic. Ivanovic? How would you pronounce that?
Ivanovic.
Oh, Ivanovic, maybe. And tennis, shame she retired early as well, says Steve Smith there. Do you know her?
No, I don't know that I do. I sort of was following the tennis and the Steffi Graf and who's the lefty? Sellers. And
I start that one so that you can look her up afterwards.
Okay, good on you.
Of course, for research purposes. 143 for 5 at the moment. 10 runs it over from here. We'll get them 168. Ashton Agar, dot ball for him as well. And Ivanovic said that completely different, isn't it?
Mum's pronunciation was perfect.
Mum's pronunciation was perfect as well. And she's married to Bastian Schwarzenegger as well. Oh, no. Is it? Schwarzenegger, the German footballer. Wait, Bastian Schweinsteiger. I know him. I just couldn't quite say the name. I read it for a start as Arnold. I'm married to the tennis player. Wow.
He's not a German footballer.
Get to the tennis. Oh, I can't do that voice today. I was going to say get to the tennis court, but that sounded shocking. Sounded more like Bert off Bert and Ernie. But now it's going to be going down the ground nicely done here. Yeah, I guess so. Hamish Spencer was mentioning them earlier on, wasn't he? 145 for 5 at the moment. And Sellers didn't she get stabbed during a game as well?
Sellers did, yeah.
How do you get stabbed during a game?
I don't know. She was, they were having in between games, and I think a crazed fan came out and stabbed her. It ruined her career a wee bit too, which is a bit unfortunate.
The thing is, if you're a crazed fan, I wouldn't think stabbing's the way to go. You know, like, hey, how are you? It's nice to meet you, not,
No, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know even how, I don't know how you got past security and all that sort of shit, but they wouldn't be able to do that now. And
also, what did I say? It says from earlier on about your questions to my mother about what she would, or she would support me in certain times. And brother, please tell me, Team AJ1. I think that is who's going to win. And at the moment, I'll say the Perth Scorchers have got a good chance. They're sitting on 146 at the moment for 5 after the 18 overs.
How do you get that out of that?
I've taken team 1 and smacked it together.
Okay.
Pretty much. You get used to it a little bit.
Obviously, I don't know the slang.
At the moment, Nathan Ellis, he's got 1 more over left. Oh, yes, he knows what I'm talking about there as well.
He a bit of a stirrer, this Hamish Spencer.
He might have some stirring qualities in him, but he's all right. He's all right overall, Hamish. He's got a good first name.
Yeah. Where's he from?
He's from Australia. Don't laugh at that. I'm going to grab my drink once again because hydration important, isn't it?
Very, very. Remember when they were doing those KFC buckets, but remember when they were doing the beer cups at the MCG?
That's going to be out. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's fallen safe for Ashton Agar. But yeah, they did end up having like a cup snake. And they were kicking people out of the MCG because people were making a cup snake. And one guy, you remember the one guy in the crowd? Yeah, pretty much he had 2 cups. And the whole crowd behind her was pretty much, or behind him, I should say, was pretty much going ooh, and then he did get kicked out by security, which
and everyone
a little bit rough for him. Yeah. As I see that Amish, she thinks it makes sense that you're an Aussie as well. Says a batch in there, and also we have got there in the chat from Godsland, Queensland as well there, and also the stabbing psyched her out as well. Says David there. Darcy Short at the moment, he's been bowling very well. Doesn't normally get as many overs as he is. And this matchup, that's going to be Mitch Marsh. He strikes it nicely. He has struck it all the way over the head. And that is going to be his second 6 of the day now for Mitch Marsh. Darcy Short just not too happy with that one there.
So which part of Queensland? Because Queensland's not too bad, eh? Sunshine Coast, we haven't been there.
Though.
No.
Is that on the cards?
Oh, I'd love to go to the Sunshine Coast.
80?
Hey?
I was just about to say 85 metres for that 6. Mitch Marsh didn't even really hit it hard.
Are you worried about the cricket?
Just a little bit, Oh, it's going to go once again for the single.
I'm looking for a free holiday.
And also we have got that 6 from Sebastian. And also what about the person that caught the cricket ball in his beer? Remember that, Irish, as well? I do indeed. Didn't want to give it back, did he? That guy as well. I mean, that's the thing. If you catch it in your beer cup, surely you get to keep that. That's a full toss. And Ashton Agar has not actually got hold of that one. Who is under it? It's taken nicely in the deep. And that is going to be the wicket. And that's about the 3rd full toss that we've seen that has ended up picking up the wicket. Darcy Short, he's not looking too happy with that one. He's going, sorry, mate, for that one. And that's the thing. Some of these bowlers, like some of them will be like, yes, I've got that one. But others who do kind of know what it's like to get out to a full toss kind of go, sorry, mate. Slipped out of the hand and same Amy Spencer. I was trying to think of the player who married the singer. I know Agassi married Brooke Shields as well.
Yes. That I don't know how long that lasted, though. Did it last that long?
Oh. I forgot. Is that a noble?
Oh, I just about hit the singer's name.
Dave.
No.
Dave Dorman.
No.
He's a Kiwi, isn't he?
He was almost Spanish or something.
Almost Spanish. He was almost Spanish, but not quite. Born on the border.
Possibly.
Just checking this no ball here. No ball, Amish as well, says Aiden. It seems like it could end up being a no ball. And I feel like Darcy Short wouldn't complain too much. You should go to Tasmania. Nice beaches, hot weather all year. And it is not Australia's. Says Irish Pizza.
No, I've always wanted to go to Tasmania because they've got some good pubs, haven't they?
Have they?
Do a pub crawl.
Pub crawl. That one.
Yeah, Aussie pubs.
Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. Pub crawl one day with the Kiwi lads and the appearance.
Oh, yeah.
That would be an interesting one. That's going to be a free hit, and Mitch Marsh now is going to be on strike. So Darcy Short does not pick up that wicket there. And now Mitch Marsh on strike for the free hit of Darcy Short. Imagine that. Imagine the scenes. The pub crawl with the Kiwi lads and their parents. And Waimeti.
Yeah. Well,
but then everyone knows us.
There used to be, you'd go to the Cry, then come in and go to the Royal, the Empire, the Waimeti, TNC if you felt like it. But
that's big from Mitch Marsh. He has it the 6th.
That's it.
Enrique Iglesias as well.
Iglesias, that's it.
Would you consider him slightly Spanish or fully Spanish?
No, not quite Spanish. I think he's more.
Would you dance? He's that one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let me be your hero.
That's right.
He Puss in Boots. 73 meters there for Mitch Marsh.
No, that's.
Yeah, I know. He wasn't Puss in Boots. Mitch Marsh, bang. Once again off the bat.
Antonio Banderas.
It's got the ball once again. There's 65 now for the Scorchers. Still an over left as well. Watch Bubbly starting it as well, says Robert there.
Where's Robert
in the chat. Where you from, Robert? Which town? That's the thing. I feel like it wouldn't be smart to do it in our town because everyone would be like, look at those ones. We know them and they're just going around pissing up at all the pubs. Seeing as we don't have a big Mitch Marsh has just got a big old 6 over there. That sounded like it was going in a different direction for a start, but he has probably. But he has been able to hit that one over the boundary for 6. Mitch Marsh here up to 91 of only the 56 deliveries. He's changing this innings for them at the moment. 71 with the 100 in front of it at the moment of 5 wickets down. 19 overs gone, and that's not what I want to hear as well. And the Jet says Steve Smith there. For it was Sebastian Singh is hiding. Oh no, it's the 6 with the fire, I think it is. For him, if I'm not wrong. Or also we have got the it makes sense that you're an Aussie. I think I was saying, that's right. Julio Iglesias son as well.
Yes.
At the moment, final over of this match. Steve Smith, you said over 170, and they've just done that. God's land, same as Hamish Spencer as well, says Robert. So I feel like we're going on a pub crawl with a few Aussies as well.
Wow. We could be on not Snapchat, on Messenger, and everyone can see where everyone's going.
Or one of those like track your iPhone things.
Yes, yeah.
You're
onto it. In the same town.
She knows technology.
Well, sort of. I don't know.
Slower ball, that's gone straight up in the air. This one is certainly not going to be a no ball. Who is underneath, but this is going to be a hard catch. Lavashane just not quite able to get to it there. And Ashton Agar, they only take the 1 off that, so you can tell who wants to strike at the moment for the final over to all the girls I've loved before as well. There's David there.
That's one of his songs.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the thing. I only know Hero. Other than that,
who?
Hero. I was trying to say it with
Hero.
Hero. Other than that, though, I don't know too many. Oh, wait a minute. He does the what's it? Dancing in the not Dancing in the Rain. What's that one called? Live in the Viva Loca. Is that him? Possibly. Full toss there. Mitch Marsh hits it straight down the ground. Hits it hard as well. They're going to be getting back for the 2. Ashton Agar, he's saying you have all the strike, Mr. Mitch Marsh, man. And it was good running between the wickets as well. Doing nicely so far for themselves here, the Perth Scorchers. They were sitting around that 120 or so, and now they've moved up to 174. As I said, 180 might be spot on as well. Or David said 180 as well there. Could be. Whoever is the closest, we will be putting it up on the screen as well, won't we, Mumsy?
Why not?
Do you know how to do that?
No.
Don't worry, I'll handle that part of it.
I'm just here to watch the cricket.
You can read out their prediction, though, if you like. Oh, he's just going to scoop that one. I don't know whether or not he's gone. Oh, he has. Tell you what, he didn't strike that at all out of the middle of the bat.
He wants 100.
That should be illegal, the way that he struck that ball. He just went, and it went all the way for 6 as well. Brilliant shot for Mitch Marsh, who now moves up onto 99. Could he be bringing up the 200 of the KFC Big Bash? And whereas Robert, you are a boss as well. And there as well says Cricket Lovers, and also who travelled in and out my door as well. Says Novma, was that another song?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Or is that part of? Oh, it might actually be part of the David song. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, Mitch Marsh misses the ball there.
I see where they go with it.
The moment dot ball. I feel like someone's going to have the next line sooner. Do you know the next line? My voice trying to disappear.
No, I haven't got my phone.
That's Ricky Martins. As well, living the La Vida Loca. Yeah. Now he's gay. I
think he was always gay.
I was going to accumulate his boss as well. And this is Robert Miller. At the moment, 180 for 5. Mitch Marsh, 99 not out of 59 deliveries. Does he bring up the 100 here? Mitch Marsh advances, hits it down the ground, and that is going to be kept to just a single. Mitch Marsh gets the 100, first game back for the Scorchers, and he has just gone bang, Mitch Marsh.
Is that his first 100?
First 100 of this year anyway.
Okay.
He hasn't played any other games really. You are Bass scoring 180 plus as well. And there says cricket lovers there. Mitch Marsh, he's a happy man. He was able to hit himself 5 sixes, 6 fours, 100 of 60 deliveries for him as well. Game-changing innings from Mitchell Marsh. And now the Perth Scorchers 65% chance of being able to win this game. The way that he's been going very good, hasn't he? Just didn't seem to miss time too much, really.
No.
He just hits the ball hard, Mitch Marsh, and he keeps on hitting it accurately as well. Maiden BBL 100. So, yeah, this is his first one. Ashanaya hits it down the ground. There's no point trying to run out Mitch Marsh there. They're just taking the single, and that is the end of the innings. They were able to get 182, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, also the Kiwi lads also pass as well there from cricket lovers there. So now we will look at who was the closest there. They they've matched the top scorer at the stadium. Robert Miller has said there. And also we have got, pretty much a lot of people are very close as well. Andre had 185. We also had 180 from David, and also Robert. 107 plus from Steve Smith was on there as well. And also, I tell you what, at the moment, it seems like we've got plenty of them as well. 180 might have been spot on. It was very close as well. And Steve Smith, the reason I put up that one, same colour as the Perth Scorchers as well. And it is an S. So weirdly perfect. Well done, Steve. You've somehow nailed that one. Don't know how long you've had your account for, but it's all come down to this final moment there. As I'm glad they came along. I dedicate my song as well. Says David there, so they're going to sing the whole verse by the looks of it there. As well, but Mitch Marsh gets himself the 100, gets the applause from ourselves as well. Difference between him and Colin Munro, 100 runs for this matchup. So both of them are the only two men who have been able to bring up the 100. I was 4 runs off as well. Says no bum. Did I put up? Hopefully I did put up yours on the screen. I think you said 186, didn't you? Whereabouts? Oh, there it is, 186 for 5. You actually ended up having the right number of wickets down as well. It's a very good shout. Or actually, that's only got 171. 182, there we go, as updated there. Very close from Nov Mum as well there in the chat. But yeah, a lot of good predictions from you guys. So hopefully you do predict the second innings very well. That's the thing. They had a couple big overs for themselves there, the Perth Scorchers. Other than that, though, pretty quiet for the innings. But Mitch Marsh, when that man's at the crease, people can't really take their eyes off the screen as well. 175 for 6 there, as well as the prediction there for Nov Mum. What was the final score? It was 182 for 5 as well. I said to them yesterday, I put out a special message to Ford Everest that if they want to send me a Ford Everest, I would probably drive it.
Okay.
You want a Ford Everest?
Love one.
Yeah.
Rather pizza though.
Yeah, pizza. If you're listening as well, the runs scored have been going up all week. Average as well, says David, exactly right. That looks like a nice pizza. Hot dog stuffed crust, keen or not keen?
I need to try it. I don't know if I would be. It looks a bit dodgy. I don't know.
It also should be it should be a good chase as well, says this news here. Yeah, hopefully we have got a good game on our hands. Are you going to be sticking around for the second innings?
No.
You did say thousands of dollars on the table,
Yeah,
and you would end up seeing your thousands of dollars. Would you stay for the whole innings or the first 10 overs if we get some sort of donation there for you? You're going to go to work. They'll understand, won't they? They'll be like, oh, she was staying up. You can show them proof that you did actually go to bed straight after the live stream because of the fact that they'll know that you were up till this time. We need to find a clock. One moment. Listen here, Trevor. That's mum's boss's name. I probably shouldn't call him out like that, should I? At the moment, Trev, we're sitting here in New Zealand. It's 10:47 p.m. And at this stage, my mum's actually going to stay up for another 10 overs of this match. Alrighty, Trevor? You know, you ring me if it ends up being a problem. As well, we always got the 182. Unbelievable. If you scroll up, I said it was the stat. 182 is the exact first innings average at Hobart as well. Says Sebastian there, and also Kane's got it tough. And the chat says more cake as well. I'm sure Trevor wouldn't mind, would he? Can I talk to Trevor tomorrow? I feel like I would nail that conversation. Pleasure to have you back on. Anyway, Mum, as well says David there. And the chat, back for the Ashes.
Oh, you've only got 45 people watching now.
That's all right.
I think I've put people on.
No, it always drops off at halftime for the innings break. People go away, they get their food, they go to the toilet, and then they get ready to go for the second innings of the match as well.
So can I come back?
Do you want to go get a drink?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
We will see you all, or we will see you in a short moment. I've got my drink right here. Hydration, ladies and gentlemen.
Hydration, very important.
Have you got enough space to squeeze out there with the lights? The place that they are? There you go. Yeah, it's a little bit tight, isn't it? This water's very warm. I just realised. That's all right. Hydration. Trevor might be watching the stream as well. Says, Robert, if he is, I'm probably in trouble, to be fair. Although I did talk to him for the first time the other day. Seemed like a good bloke. So it should be all good with Trevor as well. But yeah, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel because we are currently sitting on a total of 60 likes. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button as well. And it is going to be hugely appreciated. We are on the road to 100 subscribers is what I was trying to say, but I did end up slurring my words just a little bit there. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to be the leading wicket taker in the second innings for the Perth Scorchers. Are they going to be having maybe an Ashton Agar? Will it be Andrew Ty? Behrendorff also going to be out of the crease. And whether or not he can get this one going for himself and get himself towards that. Maybe that's the thing. Andrew Ty, did I mention him? Is there any rugby as well? Says that Paddy Wagon there. There's no rugby on tonight, but there is rugby this weekend for the Champions Cup. And we will be covering that on the channel as well. Ice, Hamish, Ice, and Whiskey as well. Says that David there, decent shout, I guess you could say, as an option for a drink after the live stream. Although after the live stream, I probably will end up possibly having a bit of a snooze once again. It seems like sleeping was the best remedy for my voice to be able to just keep on going because I did end up sleeping for like 14 hours or something along those lines. But yeah, hopefully the voice does stick around for the rest of this live stream and also the live streams that we have got coming up. But yeah, at this stage, big innings total that they have been able to set themselves 182 for 5. Wade will hit the 50 not out as well. And there says Robert there as well. And I feel like, oh, that's good focus. That's great focus. There we go. I'm not sure what happened there. I did decide that I didn't really like. Oh, it's when my headset goes slightly off the side of the screen. I think it gets slightly confused and whether or not I am still here. But Mitch Marsh hitting 100 of 60 deliveries for himself, 64% for the Perth Scorchers. I have my phone on my pillow next to my ear because I got no headphones. Good work, Hamish, as well. Says the snooze there. So yeah, hopefully you are enjoying the commentary so far. Mitch Marsh, they are showing there 5 sixes, 6 fours for that man as well. Was going very nicely for himself in the innings break. He will certainly be on a little bit of a high, and that means possibly for himself, maybe he even gets a bowl. That's the thing. They might even test him out with the ball in hand because they have got plenty of options with the ball in hand. They have got Mitch Marsh. They've got Ashton Turner can even bowl a couple if he needs to. Also Ashton Agar, Andrew Ty, Behrendorff, Haskelloo, and Tymel Mills. I would be surprised if he doesn't get his full option as well. But the highest scores for the Perth Scorchers, Mitch Marsh actually brings himself up onto that leaderboard as well. The one that we were mentioning just a little bit ago about it was Colin Munro getting himself first on that board. Mitch Marsh, he has moved himself up into 5th, which means he's actually overtaken someone else. So that means in the recent week or so, 2 players have been taken off that list due to Colin Munro and also Mitch Marsh being able to get themselves both 100s and also not out for both of their innings as well. So it does just show with the Perth Scorchers, if they can get themselves going nice and early in an innings, they can definitely put on a good total for themselves as well. But we are sitting 10:52 p.m. here for this matchup. And now Tymel Mills just giving him a bit of a clap, going to be warming up with the ball in hand. Him and also I'd say they'll open Behrendorff in the bowling attack as well, with also Peter Haskelloo getting a chance a little bit later on. I feel like I've never actually said his first name for Haskelloo. I always just say Haskelloo rather than Peter. I didn't actually realize his first name was Peter. You learn something new every day. But in the end, the bowling figures, they were relatively expensive for a lot of these bowlers. But Sandeep Labuschagne was able to get himself a wicket in the end, going for an economy of 8 off each over. Joel Paris bowling the 1.4. He was pretty economical until that groin injury came up on him and gave him a slap to the face. And unfortunately, means that he could be out for a little while. Also 2 wickets for Nathan Ellis, going for an economy of 8.25, 33 runs off both of his overs. And then Scott Boland, he went for 45, but he also was able to pick himself up 1 wicket there. I bet the Hurricanes snatch a win as well. I'm guessing it's going down to the wire as well. I believe they've got something good batters, or they've got some good batters in the Canes. They do indeed. Got the likes of Matthew Wade, also available, Darcy Short, Ben McDermott as another one, Harry Brook, not Harry Brook. And also we have got there Caleb Jewel, Peter Anscombe, and good job, bro, says Takesha as well. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated you guys all being here. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be back for the Ashes, not just myself. I am going to have me mumsy with me for those ones as well. Also, George will be here as our Hurricanes to get second innings average 167 runs. That's my prediction. Keep it perfectly average as well. Imagine that. That would be easy for the people who do the stats, wouldn't it? If they just don't change it at all. But Matthew Wade, they're showing his innings. The last matchup for that man, he was able to hit 93 runs, but then did fall short just of the century as well. Yeah, at this stage, you want to stay for the power surge, which is the first 4 overs.
Okay.
And then you can head off, because I feel like you're pretty good with your predictions, aren't you? No, but pretty much after the first 4 overs, you'll be able to tell me exactly who's going to win the match from their very good predictions. Last says David there. At the moment, the match tomorrow night, it is going to be the Stars taking on the Sydney Sixers.
That'll be a good game.
It will be.
They're both the Stars started off pretty shit, but they're coming back.
They are. And that's the thing. They got bowled out for 60, but then from there, Glenn Maxwell was talking about it, how it wasn't just him and Stoinis who were leading that run chase from the other night. It was actually a full team effort, which is probably pretty good to see for the Melbourne Stars as well. I reckon Hobart will be out for 140, 150, so we'll be out. So bowled out there, says Steve Smith there. Probably decent prediction, to be fair. Decent second innings. Like, that's the thing. When you need a decent total, you can end up falling over. We saw it for even the Sydney Sixers as a team, who did almost get themselves bowled out, batting second up against the Hobart Hurricanes. This wicket actually has a bit of purchase in it for the spinners, by the looks of it, maybe you'd say. So it will be interesting. I'm thinking 164 before the inning starts. 164 for 7.
Sorry, I'm reading. Sorry.
But at the moment,
yeah, it's getting that time of night, Hamish. I don't know how you do it.
No, I just end up talking flat out. As soon as you stop talking, your brain stops working, I've learned. So you just got to keep on like rambling.
You used to do that as a kid too.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Mum, I'm not. I'm tired.
I'm tired. Well, shut up and go to sleep.
That sounds very aggressive. It wasn't quite like that, was it?
Oh, shut up, darling. You go to sleep.
And maybe Wade goes early. It really is over as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, I think if they lose Matthew Wade and Darcy Short within the first power surge, maybe even the first 6 overs, they're in trouble.
You were saying about haircuts. I think Darcy Short's going to.
You don't like us?
No.
I know what I want for Christmas.
What?
I'll get Darcy Short's haircut for Christmas Day. See the reactions.
Get a decent one.
Do you like me here at the moment?
No, it's not bad, but you need a bit of shape to it.
It's probably similar to my facial hair. How it's just a little bit rough, isn't it?
Maybe.
I was just watching the advertisement for the Ashes. This is getting you fired up for the match, isn't it?
Well, I hope it gets England fired up. Come on.
They did end up, I feel like they will be fired up because they got fined 100% of their match fee, didn't they, for the slow over rate. So that will make them pretty angry, and they will be ready to go for this one. They have got a couple changes. Stuart Broad, also Jimmy Anderson being brought in. He's big. He's still Stuart
Why wouldn't
Broad.
you have them in the first game? Were they injured?
I think they were just trying to pace themselves for a tough Australian summer.
You pace yourselves after you win the first 3 test matches, and then you rest them.
What if you lose the first 3?
Oh, you're stuffed anyway.
Well, I guess that is a good point. See, that's why we need the expert comments for the Ashes live streams, don't we?
Expert? Sorry. That's a family program.
Yes, indeed. Because we have got myself and we have got my mumsy here as well.
Luckily, they can't hear me that well.
Yeah, I'm sure no one picked up on it.
No.
At all.
No.
We might get a comment about it in about 20 seconds' time. And Jimmy, it's Stu coming for you as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat. And yeah, they are certainly 2 very talented bowlers.
Yeah, they're not.
Sure, Broad can hit a long ball if he needs to.
He used to be able to, but he's got scared of the short ball, so it's not that great a batter now.
Is that because the bowlers are getting more and more accurate with where they target it?
Yeah.
Because like Pat Cummins, you could literally put a little circle on the pitch and he can hit that 9 times out of 10, can't he? So he goes, right, that's the head. So we'll go about the neck region. See how that goes for them.
And then if that doesn't help, we'll get the ribs.
Yeah, the ribs are always a fun one, which is home team as well, says MK. For some reason, they have got the Scorchers as the home team, but this game is at Blundstone Arena. So it is going to be the Hobart Hurricanes. And also we have got that, hey, mum, you might have to take to Hamish's beard and head with the Manscaped 4.0 lawnmower as well.
That'll be fun, wouldn't it?
I feel like you're going to prank me one day. End up just chopping it so that it's like Wait, what? You
No.
got no eyebrows rather than someone was complimenting my eyebrows the other day.
Oh, you got your the old bushy eyebrows.
Bushy eyebrows. Lawnmower 4.0 is still sitting down there in the box at this stage.
Well, don't tell them that.
But no, it's not because I haven't needed to shave.
Yeah, just
Dig a hole. Dig a hole. Just dig a hole quickly.
Remember, I'm your mother.
I haven't needed to. Now, at this stage, Darcy Short.
Shame on you for suggesting that. Who was that, David?
Now, at the moment, Matthew Wade making his way to the crease. How many runs are you getting today, do you think?
He's going to get his ton.
You think he's getting his 100?
No. I don't know.
Oh, it's a decent shout, though. I felt, guys, which team you think going to win?
I want to say Hobart Hurricanes because I really like the Hobart Hurricanes, but no. I'll say Perth and that'll put the mockers on them.
Okay, I'm saying Perth as well at this point. I feel like they've got scoreboard pressure, a couple early overs of pressure, and then Matthew Wade might decide that he goes bang and gets caught in the deep. We have got there Wai Mitchell Marsh after man of the match in World Cup final, not representing Aussies in Ashes as well. So he's going there. It's a good question, although I guess different formats, of course. Yeah. Like I like seeing Mitch Marsh at test level, but he doesn't seem to perform as well as he does in T20 and ODI because he gets a little bit more freedom. Like in this matchup, he was sitting strike rate of about 130. If he did that in a test match and went out early, people would really just rip him apart for it as well and be like, you're not a test match cricketer. So I feel like that is why, like T20 at the moment, give him some confidence at this format. And maybe if he decides that he does want to step up, because that's the thing, who do you replace in that lineup as well? You probably have to ditch a spinner in that middle. Or you go Cameron Green, you'd get rid of him.
Well, I don't know, but Marsh is one of those players that they sort of seem to float in the batting. So he's never really, well, this is test match stuff. He's never really settled on where he should be, and that's always hard for a player if you don't know what your role is.
Indeed, it is. Also a wide first ball from Behrendorff, not the greatest start. As well, and also we have got the yes, Hamish definitely got his good looks from his mum as well. It's given there.
They always said you look like your dad. So
that's true. What did you say about the hospital?
Oh yeah, I was carrying you down the hallway, and the nurse basically said, "Sorry, he's your father's son." Sort of basically, you haven't got a look in.
Well, but that is 4 runs for Matthew Wade. They're doing a little bit of a scoop shot straight away. So seeming like he's going to be picking up from where he left off in the last match. Yeah, Matthew Wade seeming like he's got plenty of confidence. And a confident Matthew Wade.
It's not a bad shot considering it was just about hitting him.
He's done well. I feel like anytime I try and deal scoop, I just hit it straight into my helmet and then go, won't do that again.
Yeah, the dentists love that sort of shot.
Nice coaching, guys. Me regular viewer as well. Says MK49, so thank you very much. And also we have got there, would you say the Windies will be able to prevent Pakistan from getting the 200-run mark, unlike yesterday as well? It's tough. The West Indies are certainly a bit of a 50-50 team at the moment. Like they went from T20 international defending champions to finishing almost bottom of their group for the T20 World Cup more recently. So I would say it's a tough one, but I hope that they do keep them to only like 180 or so, or they do need to bat first and set that big total and put that scoreboard pressure on them. Don't worry, Amish. I had thick eyebrows when I was a kid. I used to be called Herman Munster's son at school as well. Do you know Herman Munster?
Yeah, kids are cruel, aren't they? I would have gone down to the school and had a word to that person.
Would you? You're giving them an uppercut.
No,
you
don't.
No, you don't.
Violence. No. You just take them behind the knuckle on the head.
There you go. That's great advice there.
No, violence is not the answer. Even though you feel like doing it, it's not the answer.
5 runs of the first 3 deliveries. Matthew Wade still on strike here. So it was his first dot baller facing as well. Or his second dot ball, I should say. Oh, nice slower ball there from Behrendorff, changing up the pace nicely.
There's another
bad haircut.
Up haircut.
A bit of a bowl cut, isn't it? Almost at the back.
What's the problem? Why?
Nice slower ball there. I don't think I've seen any. Have we got any green here or anything in the Big Bash this year? I know that last year we had a little bit of it, such as.
That's right.
Who was it for the Melbourne Stars? I think had green here. But the big thing here is Andre Russell. He's actually only got the blonde here for this year. So we haven't got anything too crazy. That's gone straight up in the end from Matthew Wade. This could be an opportunity. About 4 men. What a Matthew Wade is out. And it was taken in the end by one of the fielders for the Perth Scorchers, and that is the early wicket as well. And also, I forgot about all these wonderful emojis, Hamish. Note yourself, use more often as well with the Kieran, the Buffer, the Try, the Ball, the 10, the Billy, the George, the Hamish, the New Zealand, and the South Africa.
Wow.
They are all of our emojis, although they do come through a little bit smoother through YouTube rather than the chat that I've got. See, we have got those ones there.
Oh, okay.
They look lovely.
Yeah, pretty cool. The Windies are not this team they used to be. Yeah, I was thinking that earlier. With Curtly Ambrose and Courtney Walsh and who's the big...
Are you thinking of the all-rounder, Jason Holder? Or
no, before them. You know,
Michael Holder?
No, before him.
Before him as well.
Viv Richards and Clive Lloyd and all those sort of fellas. Who was the spinner? Carl Hooper.
Oh, yeah.
They were, I used to like watching them. They were cool.
Prestigious, said way gone, and also the best cook in the Hamish household. Not me.
Not me.
Dad any good?
No.
Have you, Dad? You've gone to bed. Hang time there for the Perth Scorchers. It went straight up, straight down. Great take from Patterson there. And also Viv Richards as well. And the thing is, Askil Hussain was great with his slow bowling as well, 4.75 economy, but the others were around that 10 economy mark and above as well. Yeah, so it is a shame when you got one bowler doing so well. It's like yesterday we saw one of the bowlers at an economy of 2.5, another bowler at an economy of around that 13. So they kind of cancel each other out in a weird way. 178 runs now required off 115 balls here for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to get themselves a win. Looking at the percentages here, 23% chance for the Hurricanes to win that one. Nice delivery of that ball for Berendorf. Good first over, picking up the wicket of Wade, the massive wicket of Wade, and also only going for the 5 runs, including a wide of the very first delivery. But yeah, we've also got a sneaky little Kieran hiding up in the top corner there as well. Do you prefer... Oh, yeah, we were going to get Kieran tattoos, weren't we? Do you like the Hamish or the George emoji better? Because they have got them both here, and I will put one of them up in the top corner. It's either this one of me looking confused, which is often, or we've got the George one.
No, I don't like the George one.
There we go. We'll put me up in the corner looking utterly confused there, and oh, Wade is gone. The game is done for Hobart Hurricanes there as well.
Give them a couple more overs.
You sure?
See what happens.
You're saying they will be able to win it from here, possibly. Look at all the Kieran emojis from Steve Smith as well. That is about 50 Kierans. Or probably not 50, probably 15 in a row. Which on there. Look at that.
Why does it show like that?
So pretty much on StreamYard, they do just show like what the emoji is in terms of the name. But then on this one, we can see all of the Kierans all lurking there. And I'll set them very nicely. That's going to be hit there out through the onside. And at the moment, Tyrone Mills, they were able to get the 2. We got more Kierans from Steve Smith as well. And also we got the Kieran, the Try, the bump for the ball, the 10, the Billy, the George, the Hamish to the New Zealand and the South Africa as well. I feel like I always see it as a challenge to read that as quickly as physically possible.
And you'll be the only one that could.
Just in case, I get myself a job as an auctioneer, horse racing commentator as well. Putting the phone back on charge. It is slowly running out of the juice.
I think if we sent your video to someone, you'd be noticed, as they say.
You know who he is?
Who? Yeah, Munro.
Munro. They always talk to him on the mic. I couldn't help myself as well. Oh, that's close. That's out as well. And that's Caleb Jewell now. He's going to be out. And Tyrone Mills picks up his first wicket of the BBL 11 as well.
Is he in English?
He is an English man. And he is a very capable man when it comes to the slow ball and also the Yorker, as we just saw there, cleaning up the stumps. There as well. But Caleb Jewell just getting that one wrong. Look at that slower ball Yorker. Plumb as it gets, is it?
Yeah, couldn't get much plumber.
It's always never good for a batsman when you're trying to make it look like it didn't hit you where it was, and then you start limping when you're trying to run the single because it tells you it's right on your toes.
I remember getting hit on the pads and I put my leg outside the wicket so that it confused the umpire, but he knew I was out.
Nah, you tried to do the little sneaky. Oh, I wasn't quite in front of it.
I can't have been in front. It was over there. It hit me there. No.
And Mills hashtag English power as well. Says they're bashing there in the chat. But now at this stage, 2 down the Scorchers. At this point of time, they were sitting 1 wicket down with 13 runs on the board for themselves. But now it is McDermott making his way to the crease. He can still hit a long ball. That's the thing. This lineup for the Hobart Hurricanes, it goes down to about 6 or so before you get into the men who can't bat, as well as the top order. So there's still a chance, but 2 early wickets here. Ben McDermott, and also if they get Darcy Short out, 14% chance of the Hobart Hurricanes being able to win this game from here. Max power for Ben McDermott. Doesn't take a lot.
Craig McDermott's boy.
Oh, someone in the chat might be able to help us out with that one. Is Tate McDermott, that's not him, that's the mustache man for Australia.
Yeah.
Ben McDermott, is he Craig McDermott's boy?
I don't even know if it's spelled the same way, is it?
Oh, that's a good question. Tymor Mills at the moment getting 2 runs off his very first delivery, but now he's skipping in to the crease. That is how you know a bowler's in form, is when he starts feeling that rhythm. Beautifully delivered. Nicely pitched up as well from Tymor Mills. Having a chat with Colin Munro at the moment there. That's the thing. Colin Munro, he won't be too happy with the batting, but he will be happy with the start that the Hobart Hurricanes have got off to in this stage of the match. 2 for 7 early on. How long was it until we saw the second wicket for the Scorchers? I think it was about maybe, was it after the power play?
Yeah.
Or somewhere around there, wasn't it?
Didn't arrive until after.
And it was Curtis Patterson, I believe, who did end up losing his wicket. Tymor Mills now going with the left-hander. That's close to an edge there. And Craig has 2 sons, Ben and Alistair as well. Alistair McDermott, does he do any cricketing as well? Sebastian, do let me know who's to come from Hobart down to the order as well, says Sports and Answer. At the moment, they have got here Harry Brock, who will be making his way to the crease next. Also, they have got Peter Hanscom, Tim David as well. Nathan Ellis, he can still actually hit a decent ball. They haven't got Joel Paris there, so they would have swapped him out for a different man, more than likely. And also, we have got there, got to have, I said, Afgos in the chat as well. And Perth will win. And our wicket will force this Krishna out there. And also, how do they work out these win percentages? I think it's just pretty much based off, I guess they probably have like a certain rating for each player and each ball that goes, but pretty much it is just a live win probability. It always changes very quickly when you get a wicket, but then a boundary pretty much swoops it completely in the opposite direction as well. Mills or LBW McDermott as well, says Krishna out there, and Alistair as a fast medium bowler.
Yeah, because they were in age group cricket, weren't they?
Oh, in the same team.
Don't know if they were in the same team, but I remember they must have come to New Zealand, I think, in the Aussie team, and played New Zealand when they were younger.
Where was the last game that you did watch in New Zealand for a game of cricket?
For a game of cricket? What, international or?
Yeah, international, watching the Black Caps.
Black Caps in New Zealand. Jeez, it's been a while.
Should we take you to one?
I think the last one was when I was younger in Christchurch.
Oh,
because it's been a while. We didn't take your kids to one, did we?
I think the only cricket game I've been to was actually Otago Volts versus Central Stags,
and that was a 2020 one.
Yeah. And do you remember who got the 50?
Oh, that was old Tall Streak.
Neil Broom.
Oh,
he got one as well, I think.
Didn't old thingy Bob?
Oh, Jacob Oram.
Yeah.
I think he had a 50 as well, didn't he?
I think he did all right, didn't he?
Yeah, this was a little while ago.
Jeez, yeah, you kids were pretty young.
We went to the museum. That's a brilliant one. That's about as plumb as it gets there for the LBW as well. What a start as well, says editor Colin Plays. Very good start. At this stage, Tymor Mills already getting himself a wicket. Berendorf, they picked up 2 wickets in the first 2 overs of this matchup so far. It's up in it's kind of uppish, but it is going to be going through, and that is going to be the first boundary of the day here for Darcy Short. Now going to move up onto 4 runs off 2 deliveries, 172 required from 107 balls at 9.64 runs per over for them to be able to win this game. It isn't going to be easy for the Hobart Hurricanes, but they probably need this partnership to go through to at least the 8th over here and just keep on finding their way to the boundary as well. But that's the thing, when you've already lost Matthew Wade, when you've already lost Caleb Jewell, 2 hard hitters with the ball, all of a sudden that lineup does feel a little bit lighter than it was originally. Just like when you snap a bat, isn't it? When you got your massive bat bag with about 20 bats, when you lose just the one of them, you feel a little bit sad, don't you? Even though they are paying for them, but, you know, still sad. Imagine if I snap my bat. I haven't used one of the bats for that reason, because I don't want to hit it with the ball.
So you just put them in the wardrobe and let them sit there.
Pretty much, yeah. Voice sounds better today. A good rest was just the ticket as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, it seems to have done the trick for the vocal cords. I am going to have another big sleep tonight as well, and I'm hoping that by the Ashes, we're going to be all good to go, and we are going to be able to carry right through.
Really?
5 p.m. It's a day-nighter. Yeah. Even that is early for me, isn't it?
Very early.
That is very early. And Joel Paris used to be in Perth team, if I'm not wrong. I think he was, wasn't he? He has been injured in this game, unfortunately, with a groin. So I assume the X-Factor player that they bring in, they will be allowed to bring in one of their 2 replacements here for them as well. And also we've got their late tune. That was your fault. Late tune in as well. Says hello Ryan there. Good shot down the ground, but cut off nicely by Andrew Ty there as well. But at this point in time, the Scorchers, they were 1 down for 26. So they are sitting in a very good position at the moment to be able to go on and win this game. But yeah, we will have to wait and see. We've already had 2.4 overs of the power surge as well. So it seems like I would say they need to get out of this power surge with 25 or somewhere around there to really stop the economy rate from growing. I'm going to have a quick look to see exactly. Oh, Wellington Phoenix sitting 4-1 up at the moment.
Is it over yet?
Not quite. 81st minute was when they scored their last goal. Nice bouncer bowled there by Behrendorf. Was it too short? No, it wasn't.
Who are they playing? Is that Asian League? Or
Avondale for the FFA Cup, as well. Was that a double yawn, says Betty Wagon? It was indeed 2 for 2 there as well. And also at 6 a.m. starting time in Romania for the second test. Finally, I can get some sleep and sleep some Ashes action, as well, says Sebastian. So, yeah, he has been committed. He watched all of the first Ashes matchup as well. Commitment and a half from our man from Romania. He also has been doing the posters for the channel as well. I showed you a couple of them the other day, didn't I?
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was like a week or two. Yeah.
Oh, I thought someone else did it.
That is the end of the over as well. And Hamish, my GP at my local bottle store, prescribes me bourbon to help me sleep as well. Says that David there. He was saying that in that glass needed a couple more ice cubes and a little bit of whiskey as well, perhaps. I was saying that would be a very interesting live stream, wouldn't it? Can you imagine me like being fully off my trot, like on a live stream?
You don't need to be. You don't need alcohol.
It's the thing. I'd probably be completely normal, wouldn't I? Because some people they're like normal, and then when they have alcohol, they're all like woo. But then some people are like, when they're normal, they're like woo, and then when they have alcohol, they're just like.
Still boring.
Sebastian Grammer is the mantis as well. Says that David there. But now it is going to be Ashton Agar who will be bowling this one. So the power surge, for them to be able to get themselves the bash boost point here for the Hobart Hurricanes, they will need 76 runs off the first 10 overs of this match.
What, to get a point? To
get the kind of bonus point that's available. If they don't get it, then the Perth Scorchers will receive that point. And the big thing as well is whoever wins this game is top of the table. Full toss there from Ashton Agar to get his over underway. Good fielding from Andrew Ty once again. And Sebastian Grammer is the mantis as well. There it says that David in the chat as well.
Oh, the mantis, praying mantis, they used to call Jeremy Coney.
Who's that?
He's a New Zealand cricketer. New Zealand player.
Was he good, was he?
Oh, he was a tall fella. He's actually a commentator as well. More on the radio, I think. I don't know if he still does it or not, but yeah, Jeremy Coney, he's a big tall fella, praying mantis they called him. Nice. He could bat, and I think he bowled a wee bit too, but just slow dribbly ones.
Nicely bowled there by Ashton Agar. Once again, another dot ball. Would you be keen to cover the team cricket versus team rugby match with me? That does take place a little bit later on in the year, or early January, I think it is.
It is too, yeah. If it suits. Who's in it?
I know that so far Will Jordan has been announced for the rugby side of it.
He's quite talented, isn't he?
He is. It doesn't seem to matter what sport that man plays. He just seems to be good at it. You know, whether it's golf, cricket, rugby. I mean, what other sports? You probably get him on a dartboard and he'd probably go all right as well.
Oh. Well, we'll see if it suits.
Yeah. Ashton Agar.
Is Brendan playing?
Brendan McCullum, I don't believe is playing in that one. Who was the ex-cricketer that they did have in the last one that was on the rugby team? Was that Brendan McCullum? At the top of the order. Who do they have?
Yeah, might have been.
Because, I mean, Daniel Vittori also doing very nicely for himself. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate your support. As well as Sebastian there with the 10 out of 10 out of 10.
There's only 38 watching now.
You're right. It's the second innings. A lot of people are thinking maybe it is going to be going the way of the Perth Scorchers for this one. Anyone got any good pubs in Waimate?
Oh, all the historic ones have closed, but yeah, there's a couple here. They're not as good as they used to be though. But maybe that's because I'm getting older. I don't know. But yeah.
Because where'd you go for tea tonight?
The Waimate.
Yeah. Plug. Boom. Sponsorship.
Send
us some chips.
Curly fries.
Curly fries. Curly fries. Yeah, I know.
Nice pizzas too.
4 overs down. That's already the power surge done. 15 runs for 2 wickets.
Oh, Jesus.
So now knowing that they need a total of 10.5 runs per over from here on out, needing 168 off 96 deliveries, are they going to get the win?
No.
No?
Well, something horrendous has to happen, but they've got to go for that point for the, how many? 70 runs of 10
76
overs?
they will
76.
need. So you think go for the point anyway, and then if it comes good for you, then just keep on going.
They're not going to get anything else, are they?
We see there, that Mitch Marsh has made his way up onto 100 onto that scoreboard as well. So him and Colin Munro both in the last week have added their names to that Perth Scorchers list. So doing very good for themselves, those two at the top order. Now, once again, Jason Behrendorff only gone for 1 wicket, 9 runs as well. Little bit leg side-ish. Now they will be allowed 5 men outside of the ring for themselves as well. A little bit leg side-ish. Ashton Agar at the moment. He was actually in the ODI squad, wasn't he? He wasn't in the, or was he in the T20? I know they had Zampa. Did they have Ashton Agar there for the T20 World Cup as well?
I think they did, didn't they?
Might have been.
Was that the cat?
The cat.
Cat's
He sometimes chills outside of the window for a little bit, doesn't he? Now Behrendorff at the moment. 10.55. Anytime there's a dot ball, that's not going to be a dot ball though. Good shot from McDermott. Oh, not quite fielded in the deep there for Patterson. He was able to take a very good catch earlier on, but unfortunately for him, that one has gone over the boundary. And McDermott, he will now move up onto, that's the thing, with that boundary, he moves up onto 6 runs off only the 9 deliveries as well. Oh, it was in the hand as well. It just stuck to it. And Agar was at the World Cup as well, said Sebastian there as well. I mean, at the moment, Adam Zampa not having the best start to the Big Bash. Going for quite a few runs, not too many wickets for that man as well. Big swing, no ding there for Mr. McDermott. Mr. McDermott's a fun name to say, isn't it?
Wasn't there a program called that? No.
Dr. McDermott. I don't know, mostly for the warm-up matches though as well. Says Sebastian there. I guess Zampa was their main spinner for a lot of those matches, because when you've got Glenn Maxwell as well as another option in like that spin, because he actually bowled out almost the other day, I think it was, for himself. He ended up having quite a few more deliveries than originally anticipated, because normally he bowls himself in the power surge, and then he from there doesn't really, that's a nice delivery there for Behrendorff. Standing up the slow ball, I'm not sure how many Ks that one was. I'd say only around 115 or slow or so, but it was slow, wasn't it there? They haven't actually shown the speed gun for it, but it just ended up swinging nicely. Also doing a little bit of a jag off the seam there, making it awkward for Mr. McDermott. Almost got his left stump taken out of the ground, which he wouldn't have been too happy about, I wouldn't think, for McDermott. But at the moment, 13% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to win this match from here on out. So they are in a good position to be able to go on and win this one for the Perth Scorchers. He's just outside of the bat. Once again, this is test match bowling almost for him at the moment for Behrendorff. I wonder how close he was.
It's not test match batting.
Well, I guess he's kind of leaving it in a nonchalant way. Chalant?
The other guys just told him, get bat on ball, you take.
What's a shallot? That's a type of fish.
Onion.
It's a type of what? Scallops. That's what I'm thinking of. Behrendorff now. He's already bowled 3 overs for himself so far and has only gone for the 14 runs. That's going to be another dot ball. Brilliant over there for Behrendorff. Once again, we have got their high KMO, high IMO as well from BBL there. That is pretty much another one of the spammers. They do end up sending quite a few messages, but then Sebastian's just on them like a sniper, and he ends up timing them out within like 3 seconds.
I'll say that he'll be gone.
Yeah, so they would have tried to put through like 20 messages. Sebastian's just sitting there with a rifle going, right, bang, done. He's timed out. Does a very good job, our Sebastian. And David also on it, normally very quickly as well.
Good on you, boys.
Making it easier for us, aren't they?
Yeah.
We can sit here, chill out, watch some cricket, talk about Charlotte Caslick a little bit, and Haskelloo now is going to be going.
Send her a message.
My boy quite likes you.
On behalf of my son.
And also, chalant or nonchalant, the little to little emotion or reaction as well. Says that David there as well. There's Haskelloo at the moment. Wellington Phoenix winning that game 4-1 in the end. So good win for the boys in the yellow and black, the yellow fever.
Are they, what, quarters? Or?
I think that was semi-finals.
That was a semi.
Or maybe quarters. That's one of the two. They get him through nicely, though, for themselves. Haskelloo at the moment, he loves to give the ball an almighty rip. He also drags it down a little bit, though. So unfortunately for him, sometimes that can be his downfall. Gordon Ramsay would be fuming, not knowing what a Charlotta's Hamish as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, that's the thing. I watch Kitchen Nightmares. Do you watch that show sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's quite entertaining, isn't it? In a weird way.
Oh.
Like, you don't like when they get yelled at, but sometimes they need it.
Yeah, I know, but...
Hell's Kitchen is a different story, of course. We used to watch Hell's Kitchen, didn't we?
We did.
It was a good show to watch when you're children.
Oh, you got to learn the basics.
I'll learn how to cook. You're an idiot sandwich.
Yeah. Got to learn that people talk to you like that.
Mm-hmm. Nicely whipped off the legs there.
Not allowed to.
For McDermott. Currently only sitting on 50 as a strike rate. And then Darcy Short. Also, do you play Cricket 22? I have not played it yet from Cardman 22 there, but I am hoping to play a little bit more of it in the future. But yeah, I did buy it. I haven't actually played it as of yet, though. Is it any good? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it is one of those games that I will be able to get right into. I play Cricket 19 quite a bit. So yeah, hopefully Cricket 22 is going to be another one. It's going to be a nice cut shot there from Darcy Short.
Was that another game you fought?
It is indeed. Lawn Mowing Simulator as well as another one. And Gordon Ramsay has a foul mouth flow as well. Says David there. He does swear quite a bit for himself. That is for sure. But it is going to be interesting to see whether or not we pick up any more swear words on the mic for this one. I know that Travis Head ended up getting suspended, or not suspended, but he lost about 15% of his match fee, didn't he? Because he said a certain C word that did come through the stunt mic. As well, Matthew Wade the other night was dropping the F-bombs like they were going out of fashion as well for himself. But it will be interesting to see whether or not we do get to hear any more for the Ashes. Some of the exciting stuff that you do get to hear is it going to be, I guess you could say, the sledging that goes on between the two sides. When you get to hear what everyone is thinking, will you be streaming any club rugby this weekend as well? Says Cardman. So the plan will be the Champions Cup rugby that we will be doing, although I don't think we will be able to do any of the club rugby, unfortunately, in terms of like the lower level. I actually wanted to do a South Canterbury game kind of recently, just because they were through to the final, weren't they? They won it as well. So it would have been a good one. But I will be doing the Champions Cup. We've got probably about 10 live streams of the Champions Cup that we could do, but we will probably end up doing about 5 or 6 of them in the end as well. But it is going to be worked away to the leg side. Mitch Marsh fields it in the deep, and that is the end of the over. 157 runs required of 84 balls. Haskelloo only going for the 6, and now 11.21 is what it is up to. Gordon Ramsay has blown full-blown metal jacket, and the catcher and very angry man as well, says Steve Smith. See, I feel like that is kind of not what George would be like, but I feel like George, when a cheesecake's not set in the way he wanted to, he would probably just eat it anyway, wouldn't he? He'd be like, right, I'm getting sick of this now. He wants to do a kitchen cooking video in our house. How do you feel about that? No? You want to let him cook in the kitchen? And also the Nepal flags from MK49 as well. But yeah, it is going to be very exciting to see how Sandeep Lavashane, that's the thing. He isn't at 11. If they need him, that means that they're probably in a bad position for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to chase it down. Will you be getting into / watching the League One top Japan top rugby as well? I will be watching the top league this year. Should be an exciting competition alongside Super Rugby. Also, the Six Nations is going to be in full effect at that moment as well. Andrew Ty at the moment, he did both a nice slower delivery. McDermott not able to get onto it.
He's trying to hit it too hard, McDermott. Just do cricket shots.
You think? It's like those shots that you see every once in a while where the batsman's hitting it nicely. They decide to reverse sweep it and then get out. Does that annoy you? Yeah. Andrew Ty at the moment, he's on 98 wickets, only 2 away from being able to get himself up to the 100 wickets. Nice shot there from McDermott. That's just a classic cricket shot. And that's going to be racing away to the boundary for the 4 runs out cover way as well. So nicely done by McDermott. He's got himself the Grey Nichols max in the hand by the looks of it. And he will be trying to get himself a few maximums throughout this one. So far, only the 1 boundary for each of the individual batters. Other than Caleb Jewell, everyone, Matthew Wade, Darcy Short, and also Ben McDermott was able to get himself another single. Get started there.
No, well. Okay.
The moment Hurricanes didn't quite connect with that one. Are you going to head to bed, are you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
All righty. You have a good sleep. Ready for the Melbourne Stars Sydney Sixers game tomorrow night, perhaps.
What time's that start?
It's going to be a 9:15 one. And also, we've got the podcast be out this weekend, says Cardman 22. Unfortunately, we haven't actually had a chance to film it as of yet, and we haven't actually talked pretty much all of this week, so we will have to wait and see whether or not we have got one. I know that we're having a guest for one of the near future ones, so maybe it depends on when the guest is available to be able to chat for that one as well. But 152 runs at the moment needed of 81 balls here with 11.26 runs per over. Going to be the required. That's a big old full toss. And that will be a no ball here. And now this is going to be a free hit, and it is going to be Tate McDermott, who will not be on strike, unfortunately, for him. I feel like this one would have been a good ball for McDermott to be able to really feel that big shot off the bat. But instead, Darcy Short, 10 runs off 15 deliveries, also only going at that strike rate of around 62.5 at the moment here. Darcy Short, I want to hit this one to the boundary, but Andrew Ty's got a couple tricks up his sleeve for this delivery of the free hit. Oh, it's a good Yorker, Andrew Ty. He's put that one in the perfect spot, and that is going to be the dot ball in the end, I guess you'd say, although he did go for a few runs, I guess you'd say, because of the fact that that boundary a little bit earlier on. And also, you do have that free hit, gives you an extra one as well. But now, Darcy Short, he has actually struggled to get going pretty much all of the season for the Hobart Hurricanes. He was getting relatively close to finding his form in the last match alongside Matthew Wade. He took over from after Wade went out. That's going to be a nice shot down the ground once again. Looks like it is going straight to the man there that they have got covering the long off boundary. And also, what time is it in New Zealand as well? We are sitting currently 11:30 p.m. here in New Zealand. Check your $100 on Hobart as well, says Sebastian. Or tell you what, 15% chance of winning this one. If they do it, they're doing it well. That is John. Hello, bro. Says Narendra there in the chat as well. Welcome back to the live stream. Hi to or the two Aussies who said, I am back. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well for yourself, and hope you are excited to see the final overs of this one. I think we are about to lose my mum. That's a big shot there from Tate McDermott, and that one's going all the way for 6. Oh, it's been dropped there. Did it hit him in the face? Or did he end up just putting it down? I think he just ended up putting it down, and he is bleeding out of his forehead, unfortunately, for him as well. He's cut himself open trying to take that catch. And he is actually bleeding badly at the moment, so he is going to have to go and get patched up there. He tried to take the catch. He did do this, and unfortunately went straight through the hands and cut him open. Ben McDermott's looking a little bit concerned at the moment for the guy in the crowd. They're probably going to have to get a new ball due to, like, I guess, that kind of side of it as well. And did you see that Japan changed the name of the top league from top league to League One as well? See, Xavier Brown, I haven't actually seen that yet. So does that mean that eventually we're going to get to see a League Two perhaps that they do bring in for Japan? And also I didn't know that that Cardi was in here as well. Says that the two Aussies there and at the chat as well. As Cardi Cardman, more than likely. I think he does YouTube as well, doesn't he, Cardman? I feel like I'm asking you, but you probably do not know. I think you do. I'm saying I think you do YouTube to a man who probably does know whether or not he does do YouTube. Do you have a channel? Do let me know about Haskell now. Is it going to be going forward? 7 overs and 39 for 2 here. At the moment, that's going to be hit down the ground.
Cat scratching it.
There's a cat in the window, is he? But now it is going to be Haskell now. Just going for the single off the very first ball of his over. Hopefully that man doesn't need stitches on the forehead. Hopefully he is all right.
I should have caught the ball.
I guess that is a good point, but it would have been.
Good lesson to learn.
Catch the ball or get stitches.
Out of the way.
So Haskell now, a little bit leg side. He does tend to drift down the leg side. Unfortunately, Haskell every once in a while does drag it down just a little bit too much, but it seems to be quite a hard style to read because he does bowl it over 100 Ks. So he does end up just keeping it going right. I think you are almost in that situation of, I guess we are seeing the mumsy later on.
See you later, everyone.
Thank you for coming.
No worries.
Hope you enjoyed the match. I'm going to kind of sit between both of the chairs, be a little bit of a rebel here. As if I'm on a couch. That's a big shot there for Darcy Short. That one's going all the way, and that is going to be the 6 runs there for Darcy Short as well. Welcome in Xavier and 2 Aussies. That's 3 Aussies as well there. Says that Sebastian there. I can't mention 22 is one of my favorite YouTubers. I used to check him out. He does AFL and cricket sometimes as well. And bye to your mum as well, says the 2 Aussies. And she is saying see you later as well. And what a shot. Hopefully the Hurricanes win or can make a little comeback as well. Says that the 2 Aussies there. And what we will quickly be doing is I will switch over back to my other microphone for this one here. So we will go like this. So give me one little moment. But 102 meters there from Darcy Short. He hasn't really been striking them that well up till this point. And now all of a sudden he has gone bang. And he said, thanks very much. I'll be having that one. Thanks for stopping by, Mum, as well. Says Steve Smith there. She is waving from the doorway. And yeah, I do YouTube. I mainly do Aussie rules football, but I also do a little bit of cricket as well. Says Carman. So what side do you go for in the KFC Big Bash? Do let me know, mate. Now the stage, Darcy Short. We are switching back over one moment. We'll go like this, and we will go like this as well. And I believe now you guys should be able to hear me back through this microphone. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. Hi, Cardi, as well. Says the 2 Aussies there. And cheers for joining us, man. I'm having a nice night. I have a nice rest as well. And also we've got the good night, Amish's mum. We will quickly move this microphone just a little bit like this. Put it over in the corner, and Renegades as well. So you will be relatively happy with the way that they were able to get that first win over the strikers of the season. But yeah, we will have to wait and see whether or not they go on to get themselves a few more wins. And that's the thing. Do you think they will finish higher than they did last year? Carman, do let me know that one is going to be just a single once again. Haskell at the moment going for 15 runs off 1.4 overs. I do feel like I'm sitting on a couch. I'm kind of halfway in between two chairs at the moment. When I say Perth, everyone says Scorchers. Perth Scorchers as well there. And in the chat, or Scorchers, that is from Aiden. Because, of course, you backed them as well for this game, didn't you? Going to be nicely bowled once again down the ground. Haskeloo has gone for the 2. No, they decide against it. A man slipped at the crease. I believe it was McDermott who did fall over there. And it does mean that is going to be the end of this over. Almost just a one more delivery for Haskeloo. He will want to close out this one, possibly if he picks himself up a wicket here. It will be a massive moment in this game. Currently 20 points needed, 27 runs needed off the next kind of couple overs if they do want a chance again in that bash boost point. It's going to be a big shot there from Darcy Short, and that has made it just a little bit easier for himself to be able to go on to get that bash boost point we have got there. Honestly, it's looking like another Sixers versus Scorchers final this season as well, says Sebastian there. And also, who are you going for? Says the two Aussies at the moment. The favourite to win this match is definitely the Scorchers from here, but I would not be surprised if the Hobart Hurricanes, definitely the way that Short is now hitting the ball, he's at 1, 4, 2 sixes. I think he could go on to possibly get himself into a decent position as well, because that's the thing. When you look at the innings that the Perth Scorchers had, they did end up in that situation of going right through to 182. Mitch Marsh at the end of the innings did extremely well, and boy, does Darcy pack a punch as well, says Sports at When he's timing him very well, and he's hitting them all the way to the boundary, Darcy Short. But it is that big factor of the bash boost point. 21 runs required of 12 deliveries. If they can do that, then they will be ahead of the kind of rate that they do need. 84 metres for that one. He did it, 102 earlier on in the match as well for Darcy Short. I want Hurricanes to win as well, says the two Aussies there in the chat. And also, what form of cricket do you like the most, and what form has the most skill as well, says Xavier. It's a tough one because I do enjoy watching test match cricket, but I also love watching T20. And I would say all of them have their own respective skills that you do need. The likes of T20, like to be a bowler in T20 is hard work. They've actually lost that ball, I think, or it might have ended up scuffing on the concrete. So they do need a new ball for this match. Short will go out in the next 3 overs as well, says Aiden there as the prediction. And I will ask the question, will any of the Perth Scorchers, will any of the Hobart Hurricanes batsmen be able to outscore Mitchell Marsh? Will anyone get to the 100 here? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. They still need another 128. So I don't think they will quite be able to get to Mitch Marsh level, but will they get a 50? Is probably a better question at this point in time in the innings. But they have got a new ball. And that's going to be Ashton Agar now, who will get the first over with the ball in hand as well. At the moment, only going for the 4 runs of his very first over of the match. But Darcy Short and also McDermott both sitting above the 100 strike rate now. They seem like they are really starting to go for it as well. No chance it's over as well, says Aiden DV there, and also dropped Howe as well, says the two Aussies. And also indeed only 4 overs to prove yourself as a proficient bowler in T20. Tough job as well. And Ashes Trophy has to be one of the smallest in the world as well, says Steve Smith. That one's gone very high off McDermott's bowling. This could be a chance here for the Perth Scorchers. Oh, it's put down there by Patterson. He was able to take a phenomenal catch earlier in the innings, but now he has put that one down, and that could have been the game changers as well. But the Ashes, yeah, it is quite a small trophy compared to some of the other ones that we have got around the world. But how many matches do you think the Australians will be able to win? Well, that one as well. Will the podcast be out on Wednesday? We haven't actually filmed it up till this point, so it will be a very good question of whether or not our guest will be coming on in time for us to release it on Wednesday. If not, it will probably be next weekend. That's going to be a big shot at end now. It is going to be a massive one for Tate McDermott. Or sorry, not Tate McDermott. It is instead Ben McDermott. So he was dropped for the ball prior, and now he's just gone out and hit himself a 6 as well. So that could be a very costly one for them. Hamish, what do you think? Who will win as well? Tell you what, 2 drops so far in this match almost for the Perth Scorchers. So I would say the momentum's starting to shift a little bit. The Hobart Hurricanes are now sitting with a 34% chance of being able to win this game. They're getting a bit closer and closer to that bash boost point as well. 19 runs needed of 11 balls for them to be able to get it now. It is going to be Ashton Agar once again, bowling it a little bit more pitched up for that one, and it is just going to be worked away to the leg side. And also we have got that David David. So says Josh, yeah, rugby's still on the mind. Hurricanes should get the bash boost point now as well, says the two Aussies. And what we can do quickly while we are at it, we can show you guys exactly how the table was sitting before this match did take place. This is how we are sitting in the KFC Big Bash. The Sixers, the Scorchers, and the Stars all sitting on the 7 points. If the Hobart Hurricanes do receive this bash boost point, they will actually leapfrog the Strikers more than likely, depending on the end result of this match with their net run rate. Going to be a nice shot once again there for Darcy Short. Hits it straight to the man at deep mid-wicket. Colin Munro was out for a duck earlier on in the day, unfortunately for him, but has been fielding not too bad so far. Then at the bottom of the bunch at the moment, it is the Melbourne Renegades, but they have still got a very talented side with the likes of Kane Richardson. Also, Zahir Khan this year could be a game changer with the ball in hand. Also still have Mohamed Nabi as well, going to be giving himself space there. Good shot from McDermott, aggressive shot, but it's going to be fielded in the deep once again by the Perth Scorchers, able to cut off the boundary. But yeah, whoever wins this game, bash boost point or no bash boost point, they are getting themselves through to be in first place on the table after the 3 weeks as well. We have also got the Hurricanes should get the bash boost point. I'm happy that the Strikers will win as well, says the two Aussies. And also we have got their Strikers are doing all right. Little bit of a stumping opportunity there. But Agar just flings it through, going for 12 off that over, but it is 67 for 2 here. And they will need 9 runs off the final over of the bash boost point opportunity, I guess you could say here. 9 runs of 6 balls. Do let me know in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, are they getting the bash boost point here, or are they going to be missing out on it? I feel like from where they have built themselves up to here, the Hurricanes, they would be disappointed if they can't get the 9 runs off this over. Then more than likely maybe take the power surge early. I'm still here, says Betty. Appreciate you being here, mate, for this one. And hi, Hamish, what do you think? Who will win? Says Cricket Lovers. I'm still a little bit on the fence, but I am going to say that the Perth Scorchers, they will be able to pick up a wicket. But Tate McDermott, I said Tate again, it is Ben McDermott. He was dropped on 22 runs there. How much of an impact will that have on the rest of the innings for McDermott? Even since that drop catch earlier on in the over, he's been able to hit himself a couple of boundaries. So he is sitting on 33 now of 26. Tymel Mills has been brought in. I've got to go be back later. Bye. Have a good one as well, says the two Aussies. Back at you, mate. And I hope you do have a good rest of your day / nice / tomorrow as well. It is going to be more KFC Big Bash action. We have got the Melbourne Stars taking on the Sydney Sixers. Once again, another dot ball. And Darcy Short not able to get it away to the boundary. So 9 runs needed off 5 deliveries now. 167 runs was my prediction for Hobart. Doesn't look too bad at the moment as well, says Sebastian. I think I said, did I say 164 as my first prediction? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing. I do end up starring your comments, but I don't end up starring the ones that I say with my mouth rather than the typing as well. And also, are you there as well? And Tate McDermott is just still in his rugby mode as well. Of course, Tate McDermott going to be a talented player for the Reds this season for Super Rugby Pacific, which is only a couple months away. Tymel Mills, bit of a bouncer there, and it is going to be the single down the ground. So the bash boost point is slowly creeping away from the main, mate. I'm off. Have a good night as well, says Amy Spencer. We will see you later on. And thank you very much for tuning in. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. Our live stream like goal is always 100. We're sitting on 73 at the moment, so we're a little bit short of our like goal. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. 172 they will get as well, says that Patty there in the chat as well for the prediction. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. 73 likes. I feel like we will be able to chase it down. We're normally pretty good at chasing down our targets. But nonetheless, now we wait to see how this one goes for the Hobart Hurricanes. They do still need another 10 runs off 4 balls. That's going to be 6 of them as well from what a shot that is. I think they actually had the maths wrong for how many they needed for the bash boost point, because now they have just updated it, and it is in that situation of now they need 4 from 3 deliveries. This should be doable. They're going to get bowled out, or they're going to be bowled out as well, says Aiden there. It's a nice shot from Tate McDermott, and he has already hit 2 6s, 100 metres for that one as well of Tymel Mills bowling. But that's the thing. You can't afford to drop a man like McDermott if you do want windows to stay intact at the ground, because that was a big shot and went straight into one of them. Luckily, they did decide to have a little bit more of the ball-proof glass, I guess you could call it, because we did see one, and I can't remember what competition it was around the world, but a man broke 2 windows in the same innings, breaking through them straight away. Good shot there from McDermott. Strikes it well, strikes it very well. That's gone to the boundary, out to the deep cover boundary, and that is going to be the Hurricanes getting themselves the bash boost point now. So that moves them up nicely in terms of who is going to be able to win this game. They're up to 46% chance. Now, remember, at the start of this innings, it was only a 10% chance of them being able to win this game when they lost the early wicket of Matthew Wade, but they continue to build here for the Hobart Hurricanes. It's looking very good for them indeed. Oh, it is going to be once again Tate McDermott. No, not Tate. His name Ben McDermott will be on strike. And now, it's gone straight through him. I think that's an edge. They are celebrating it. Tymel Mills gets the wicket there, and that is the massive one of McDermott. That is exactly when they needed him to go out window as well, says Aidan. And if you're playing professional cricket, does the batsman need to pay for a new window? Surely not. I feel like the architect should have to pay for the new window for putting a window so close to a cricket ground. Like, it's like, what did he expect would happen? That was just straight through the gap for Tate McDermott. Ben McDermott, he's on his way anyway, the McDermott man. Nice simple catch there for Matthew Wade as well. Oh, sorry, it's Josh Inglis behind the stumps for the Perth Scorchers. I'm all over the place. at the moment, but that is a massive wicket for them to be able to take. Tymor Mills picks it up as well. He has currently got himself 2 wickets already in this matchup. 2 for 13 is how it is sitting, and it is still sitting with a 46% chance of the Hobart Hurricanes being able to win it. We have also got there in the chat. Told you Mills would be fantastic for Perth as well there, says Sebastian, and he certainly has been so far. Now Harry Brook making his way to the crease. Harry Brook it is for the Hobart Hurricanes, but they are under a bit more pressure now. 30% chance of them being able to win from here. If they lose Darcy Short, I feel like this match is over. But if they can stick around and keep these two at the crease for a little bit longer, it's just before they would have possibly taken on the power surge as well as the worst part of it, because McDermott, he was striking the ball well. He would have loved to hit himself a few more sixes in that power surge. But with them getting themselves the bash boost point, that will give them just a little bit of confidence. But also in the back of the mind, you got to remember Mitch Marsh went berserk at the end of the innings for the Perth Scorchers. They still need 10.52 runs per over to be able to win from here on out. Whoever wins this game, even with that bash boost point going in that way, it is going to still be whoever wins this game gets first place. Harry Brook, more like Harry Potter as well, says Aiden there on the day. Perhaps he can do something magical with the bat in hand here. He's a very tall individual, but Tymor Mills, he is a bit magical with the ball in hand as well, and it is going to be the end of the over for Tymor Mills. He ended up going for 11 off it, but he was able to pick up that massive wicket of McDermott in the end. So 107 needed off 60 deliveries. Now we're halfway through this innings. We're up to drinks. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is hugely appreciated. All you guys supporting these BBL live streams. We have got the match tomorrow night that is taking place between the Melbourne Stars and the Sydney Sixers. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, while we're at it, do let me know who you think will be winning that match between the two sides, because it should be a very nice one indeed. But at the moment, Darcy Short looks like he's just getting a new back grip, or possibly just rolling it down just a little bit more there. But Darcy Short, he has been able to hit himself 2 sixes, 1 4, and also we have got their fake poll as well in the chat. Says Keaton there, yeah, the Hobart Hurricanes, it has got 63% chance for them to be able to win it by the looks of it there. In the chat, that is according to you guys. I should have mentioned about the Hobart Hurricanes at the moment with the live win probability. They are sitting at 27% chance of being able to win it. The same amount of runs that Darcy Short is sitting on at the moment, 27 of 24 we have got there. I've got the Sixers. Who do you fancy as well, says Aiden. It's a tough one. If we get to see a Melbourne Stars performance like we did get to see just the other night, I would say I'm not completely not backing the Melbourne Stars from being able to get the win at the MCG, but the Sydney Sixers, it's hard not to back them to win a game after they have lost their last one. They seem to be one of those sides that do not like to lose twice in a row. So perhaps it could be the case of them being able to really go out fire on all cylinders and be able to make a statement. We need to remember the last time these two sides played, it was the Melbourne Stars getting bowled out for only the 61 runs and the Sydney Sixers sitting 210 runs, 214, I believe it was. But they're just showing a few of the big shots that we've seen from Darcy Short and also from McDermott. Those two were going berserk, 5 sixes between them in that first kind of 10 overs or so, but they were able to get themselves a bash boost point. They actually only got it by the 1 run, needed 75. They were able to get 76. But Tymor Mills, he wasn't too happy when that ball went all the way to the boundary. It looks like once again it will be Haskelou. They're sitting just ahead in terms of the runs that they do have at this point compared to the Perth Scorchers, but it is this next 10 overs that will decide this game. 182, the Perth Scorchers were able to get them for themselves. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, will it be Darcy Short or will it be Harry Brook who does lose their wicket next? And who's going to be the bowler who gets him? Haskelou there using the crease. That's going to be hit down the ground from Darcy Short. Doesn't get all of it, and it does just fall safe of Behrendorff. And I'm going to say Behrendorff will be the man who will be able to get it. What is boost point as well? So pretty much it is whatever the team who did bat first get after the 10 overs. The team who bats second has to try and chase down that 10 over total type thing. So the Perth Scorchers for this game, they had 75 runs off their first 10 overs. So the available points you can get in a game is 4, one of which is the bash boost point. So even if the Hurricanes lose this game from here, they still get that bash boost point as they were able to get 76 in their first 10 overs. So that is pretty much how it does work. So it's pretty much a little bit of it's an interesting system because they have kind of incorporated it. They're also another rule in this Big Bash is you get the power surge, which is 2 more overs of your power play. A little bit later on, they're running hard between the wickets and they are going to be able to get through there. They might even get an overthrow here by the looks of it. Yes, they do. Nicely run between the wicket there for Brock. They decided that it was worth having a crack at getting themselves an extra run. Did they get 2? No, they actually only ran the 1 there. So it was a little bit of misfortune for the Hobart Hurricanes not being able to get through for the 2 there. But 105 runs needed off 58 balls, 10.86 runs per over. They pretty much need a boundary and over from here on out to at least be close for those final few balls. But Haskelloo at the moment, he's spinning the ball very nicely for himself. He's sitting on 24 runs off him so far. He was at the Renegades. That one's going to be whipped away to the league side. They seem to be playing him pretty nicely in all of the games that he has been playing so far, though. Haskelloo picks up the occasional wicket, including the ball that goes straight through the batsman, like we saw in his last fixture. But Josh Inglis, he is back behind the stumps. Marsh also back in the side. He was able to get himself the 100 off 60 deliveries in the end for him, so he was doing very nicely, bringing it up for his side in a very important time of the game as well. Nicely cut there, and it was an extremely late cut from Brooke, but that will almost be the end of Haskelloo's over at the moment. Only 2 deliveries left. Whether or not he does get himself the 4th over, we will have to wait and see. But the Scorchers at this point, they were sitting 4 wickets down for 79 runs. So the only difference between these two sides is 1 wicket at this point in time. Haskelloo at the moment. Bowling it one more time. That's going to be close to a stumping. I believe that will be out. Quick work behind the stunts from Josh Inglis. And that will be, is that a run out or a stumping? I believe it will be counted as a stumping there. And Haskelloo does pick up the wicket, and that is going to be the wicket of Brooke as well. We have got there in the chat nice commentary as well. Says Keaton, thank you very much, mate. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well. They're just checking the front foot. Oh, I think we're going to need the other angle here. See whether or not, I think his feet are relatively large, Haskelloo, so I think he has got something behind the line there for him. Yeah, he does. He is completely fine there, Haskelloo, so this will be more of the factor of whether or not it is going to be the stumping. And see you later, Harry Potter, as well. And the chat says Aiden. And yeah, unfortunately for him, yeah, he didn't have a foot back there, and it is going to be the stumping. Very nicely done. Quick work behind the stumps from Josh Inglis there to be able to help his side towards getting the stumping. I thought it was actually going to be an LBW shout originally, but very nicely done by Inglis. Nowhere near being back there for Brooke, and he is going to be on his way. Only the 1 run off the 4 deliveries for him, and now it will be the combination of Darcy Short and maybe Peter Hanscom will be who they send out now. So we will have to wait and see. We have got this here later, Harry Potter as well. Hopefully we do get to see Harry Potter playing for the Leicester Tigers this weekend. We did see a magic trick from that man when he did end up, he jumped down because he jumped over the hoarding and he thought that it was actually land down below it, but it wasn't. It was actually a ditch. So he did end up going straight down into that ditch as well. Harry is walking as well. Says Sebastian there, but now it is going to be Peter Hanscom, another man with the last name, starting with H. Got power for days here, Peter Hanscom, and they do currently need 11.35 runs per over, which is going to be extremely tough to do. Anyone who hasn't given you a prediction on how many runs you think that the Hobart Hurricanes will be able to get in this match, do let me know in the chat. I will be starring them all, and then once we see the end of the match, we will be looking at whoever was the closest for those as well. At the moment, 104 runs needed for Peter Hanscom and his Hobart Hurricanes side. He has been on the stump mic a little bit earlier on, or on the player mic, I should say, just bringing up the 1,000 runs recently for himself. As best as 103 not out. Can he get a 50 here? 50 here might be enough for them to be able to go on and win this game, depending on how it goes. But Peter Hanscom now, he is going to be on strike for Haskelloo with the final ball of his 3rd over. Whips it off the legs, and that is going to be hit out to mid-wicket. What is your today's match prediction as well? Says Keaton. I think that the Hobart Hurricanes, they will be trying their best here, but I don't think they'll quite be able to get the job done. I think I said they'll get 164 for 8 or somewhere around there for my prediction. But at the moment, we are at drinks in this matchup already, which does now mean that the power surge is also going to be allowed to be taken in the next little while here for them as well. I should mention we're past drinks. We're up to the 11th over, only the 9 left in this one, and I'm waiting to see when that power surge does take place. I feel like it will be relatively soon for themselves as well. Whoever that guy is with the name Harry Potter, I must get sick of the jokes as well. Surprised he hasn't tried changing his name. I would as well, says Steve Smith. Definitely after the weekend as well, where he did end up like actually disappearing into the ground, unfortunately for him. But he did end up, that's the thing, we were talking about him, and he actually won that game for them up against the Harlequins as well. But we were doing a lot of research to try and work out whether or not he was born, and then they named him after the movie or not, because he was born about 6 months or so after the first Harry Potter book came out. So we weren't too sure whether or not his parents were a big fan of it and decided to go that way. It's going to be edged down to 3rd man nicely by, it was Hanscom. They're running back for the 2. They do want it. Nicely done there with the stumping from Josh Inglis in the last over. He has it back as wicketkeeper last game. Who do they have at wicketkeeper for the last game for the Perth Scorchers? I'm trying to think of who it was, but I can't quite think of him off the top of my head. But I don't think he's playing in this match now for them as well. And bloody Harry ruined my Quins as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat as well. We have got the dabbing emojis from Keaton there. But anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Like I mentioned, we are going to be back tomorrow with another matchup of the BBL. The Stars taking on the Sixers. Going straight to the man at short cover, and another dot ball. Expensive over for the Hurricanes will need to be needed. That is almost a sentence. But they will need one extremely soon if they do want any chance of being able to win this game. The power surge, I feel like they're going to need 30 off it just to have a chance, because Mitch Marsh at the end of his innings, like we all know, he just went berserk. Ended up hitting 6 after 6 after 6, hitting 100 runs off 60 deliveries. Andrew Ty now bowling, nice pitched up delivery from him. And it is once again going to be another dot ball for the Perth Scorchers. The moment Colin Munro, they're just having a little bit of a chat with him. He did end up getting out for a duck. It's weird how you can go from the 114 not out to going to the duck of the very next innings. But I guess the average, not too bad for himself, about 60 or 55 or somewhere around there, I believe, for his average, 67 if we want to be exact. But Peter Hanscom, he is going to be on strike at the moment. 3 runs off 4 deliveries. Has got the power, gets the short ball. Oh, he's out though. It's gone straight to Colin Munro, who picks up the catch. They were only talking to him for a little moment beforehand, and it was hit straight at him as well. And Peter Hanscom now on his way. That could be the end of the innings. Perhaps for the Hobart Hurricanes. We have got the hour going back. Should be here for the rest of the match as well. Says that the 2 Aussies there. But it was Colin Munro who was able to take that one, like they are saying, because he's on the microphone, he doesn't want to say anything bad. When he was able to take that catch, he was short mid-wicket there, actually, Colin Munro. The ball just got swatted straight to him. He was able to take it, and he is a very happy man at the moment there, Colin Munro. The Kiwi wasn't able to get any runs off the bat, but he was just able to save a few, because Peter Hanscom now is going to be on his way. 3 runs off 5 deliveries, bowled Ty and caught Colin Munro short. Has been in the whole game as well, says the 2 Aussies. He has indeed. He's actually spent a long time at the crease in the last couple of fixtures for the Hobart Hurricanes, including that last innings with Matthew Wade. He just ended up rotating the strike in a way that was meaning that Wade was able to get up onto 93, didn't deliver at the top of the order. Today, Matthew Wade only getting the 4 runs off 5 deliveries as well. I think David is in, and he is indeed Tim David. That's the thing, though. He can still hit a long ball, and Darcy Short still, for himself, has not really had too much of the, I guess you could say too much of the strike so far, only facing 26 deliveries. And it was straight to Colin Munro. What happened to the Hurricanes? They were doing so well. Then I came back and they're doing bad as well. Says that the 2 Aussies there. Yeah, unfortunately for them, just the wickets have started to fall. A little bit of that scoreboard pressure, seeing that now they do need 12.112 and over for them to be able to win it, or 1.2, sorry, I do say, rather than 1.112. That would be a smaller number. I don't think they get that specific with their odds hit nicely down the ground. That's just a classic cricket shot there for Tim David. It isn't going to go to the boundary, though. They actually only get a single there. Not the best running, unfortunately, for him. I think he thought it went all the way to the boundary. I said think and thought a whole heap of times in that sentence as well. But Andrew Ty so far almost getting out of a second over. The Scorchers, they were sitting on 91 for 4. And at this stage, they did have a Mitch Marsh at the crease, which was their game changer. Darcy Short, though, could be the game changer here for the Hobart Hurricanes, who do have a 9% chance of winning this one. If they get Short out before the 15th over, then they won't get to 150 as well, says Sebastian. I'm just going to have a quick look, because I remember Steve Smith, he predicted, where is it there? I reckon Hobart will be all out by 140, 150 as well. Could be in a situation of possibly being bang on the money there. It's going to be up in the air there, going down to third man. It doesn't quite find the man, though. Just rolls a little bit short of him. And now Josh Inglis closes out the over for Andrew Ty. Was able to pick up the important wicket there of Peter Hanscom. And now it is 84 for 5 for themselves here as well. Although this says 86 for 5. I feel like this is slightly wrong. I believe it is actually 84 for 5 here for the Hurricanes. But we will have to wait and see. But Short sitting on 30 runs off 27 deliveries. They're probably not going to win the Hurricanes as well. Says the 2 Aussies, and also Short and David need a partnership as well. Says the 2 Aussies here. They certainly need to find probably a 50-run partnership here in the next, I'd say, 4 overs. 4 overs or so. They haven't taken the power surge as of yet. I think they're giving it 1 more over so that it can be in the end. And that's the thing, McDermott and Short, they're just showing the partnership there, 71 runs off 52 deliveries for them. As I'm usually close with my prediction, but never spot on, Amish, as well, says Steve Smith. I mean, it's looking pretty good at the moment, though, mate. Do you have an exact number that you want to throw in between 140 and 150 that you want to say they get bowled out for? A very exact one. See whether or not you can bang it straight on the money there. But Ashton Agar at the moment now, he is going to be bowling to Darcy Shaw, who swings through the line of the ball, hits it down the ground to long off, and it will once again just be the single there. But Ashton Agar at the moment, he has been bowling not too badly either. He hasn't been able to pick up a wicket as of yet, but is certainly looking like a guy who you do not want to underestimate with ball in hand. 145 is the prediction there from Steve Smith, halfway in between. And I will put the little star there. We're going to see whether or not you do get it completely bang on, because you said 170 plus for the Perth Scorchers, which was a very good shout as well. And now on strike it is going to be Tim David. He's getting ready to go here for himself. Needs to probably find the boundary once this over if they do want to take the power surge for the next one. Oh, we played that extremely late, Tim David. Is a spinner himself, and sometimes spinners, that's the thing, some spinners are very good at playing other spinners, and then other spinners are great at spinning the ball, but are terrible at playing spin themselves, which is quite funny in that regard. Rightio, all right, bookies, here I come as well. Says Sebastian once again playing it extremely late, and Ashton Agar, they're going to get through for the single there, and it is going to be nicely done. Short needs to hit a 6 as well, says the 2 Aussies. He does indeed. This is the over that might change the momentum. Like at the moment, they need a total of 12.93 and over, continuing to go up for them. And at the moment, they are sitting on 86 for 5 after 12.3 over. So they've got more than double the runs to get off less than double the balls that are required in this one as well. That's going to be the shot there from Darcy Short. Doesn't get all of it. And then is the wicket. Mitch Marsh takes the catch, and Ashton Agar now has been able to get it. Darcy Short on his way now. And that is the 6th wicket here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Short is out, sad for the Hurricanes, and they're over as well. Says it was the 2 Aussies. If he hit it for 6, it could have been a different story, but Darcy Short there does end up losing his wicket. 31 runs off 29 deliveries there, and Ashton Agar has been able to get his man as well. Do we have any Hurricanes fans in the chat as well, or who have been around throughout the stream as well, says Sebastian? That is a good question. I think the 2 Aussies, he is a strikers boy, but he doesn't mind the Hurricanes by the sound of it. Mitch Marsh takes a very nice catch there, and Ashton Agar, he is a very happy man, gets the rub on the bald head for himself, and David needs to help the Hurricanes and maybe get them closer as well. Game over now, Hamish. Are you calling it as well? I don't want to call it too early, but I think at this stage, like with the batsmen that they have got left, they have got Nathan Ellis, Joel Paris, who is not batting. Depending on who the X-Factor player is that they brought in for him, I guess, could be a big factor, because you probably have a batsman who you would have there going in for Joel Paris, if you are allowed to use him at the X-Factor mark. And then I would say Lavashana, he can hit a ball, but probably not well enough. So I'd say they are in the position now of whether or not they get bowled out here. And the 2 Aussies gains were done ever since Wade went out early as well, says Sebastian there. And the chat as well says Sebastian there. But Nathan Ellis at the moment, he has made his way to the crease. Yeah, I'm a strikers boy, but Hurricanes are my second as well, says the 2 Aussies there. 104 runs for Nathan Ellis, strike rate of 115.6, and his best is 14. He certainly needs that and some today, probably double that at least, for him to have a chance of being able to win this game. Tim David, he's a very capable batsman at the moment. The live odds have a 2% chance for the Hobart Hurricanes to be able to win this match from here on out. Agar now once again bowling out. It's going to be whipped to the leg side by Tim David. It's going to be just a single to get him off the mark here once again. But that's the thing, the set batsmen of Darcy Short, they've possibly missed that opportunity of being able to take the bash boost, or the power surge, I should say. Now they need 13.4 runs per over here for them to be able to win this game from here on out. 12.5 overs down, and all being good. It's a required run rate as well, and it's not looking good for the Hurricanes. But desperation makes people do desperate things. These two going out early didn't help as well. It's going to be nicely played there. Once again, down to long on. It's just a single to close out the over. Good over from Ashton Agar, picking up that important wicket of Short. And now they are sitting 88 for 6 here for the Hobart Hurricanes as well. It's going to be tough. Certainly tough. Certainly need to take the power surge soon. Tim David, he can hit a long ball. That's the thing. About 20 or 30 runs, or not 30. I'd say 20 runs and over. And both of the power surge overs could definitely change it. But it seems like more than likely it is not going to be the case. It looks like they are taking the power surge now by the looks of it here. And also we have got there, do you follow the BBL and BBL 7 when the Strikers won the premiership against the Hurricanes as well. And I was at the game and I was so happy that we won as well. I feel like I don't remember specific games, but I probably was watching it. I think I've watched since about BBL 3 or so, kind of on and off a little bit. But I did watch a lot of the matches last year, and we did actually start doing BBL live streams on the channel last year as well. At the moment, they are talking to Brad Hodge at the moment. Would he be a match winner for them if he was still playing in this matchup? Of course, he had a decent BBL career for himself, 160 to 165. I told you earlier. What is your prediction now as well? Says Keaton there. I'm going to say, I don't know whether or not they get to 160 yet. If they lose one more batsman, I feel like even maybe around that 130 mark might be relatively tough, but I believe, yes, they have taken the power surge here for the Hobart Hurricanes. So these next 2 overs are going to be absolutely crucial for them to be able to get themselves going. Nathan Ellis on strike. He is very aggressive when he has the ball in hand, is able to get that one going in terms of the fact that he just always puts in 100%. Needs a couple of big shots here, but it's Tymel Mills who will be at the crease now bowling. He has only gone for the 13 runs so far, 2 wickets for himself as well, and 8 dot balls in there as well. Hopefully Hurricanes can make it a little closer as well, says the 2 Aussies there. And now Tymel Mills, he is ready to go. He has got the marker down. What's it called? The marker? Is it called the marker? I can't quite remember what it's called, the little disc that you put on the ground. Haven't used one in a while. I always used to just do it off kind of like walking out. Alice, Hurricanes definitely done now as well, says the 2 Aussies. You are a little bit ahead of myself, mate, I believe, but now it is going to be Tymel Mills bowls it. Yeah, he was bowled there for Nathan Ellis. And Tymel Mills able to pick up his 3rd wicket in his first game of the KFC Big Bash. 88 for 7 now for the Hurricanes, and they are falling over, unfortunately, for them, the wicket falling. And it was Tymel Mills who was able to pick it up. Unfortunately, just taken off the off stump from Nathan Ellis. He tried to glide it down for the cut shot. He almost didn't really catch up with that ball, though. It was nice and quick from him. And at the moment, the Scorchers, they were sitting 4 for 104 there compared to the 88 for 7 that the Hobart Hurricanes are sitting. So this game is all but won. It is just a case of what it is going to be for the situation of whether or not they do get bowled out or not. And sorry, I said it so early as well. Said that it was the 2 Aussies, and also we have got the White Evans for Will running. They hurt themselves and can't cross the line like one can, but the other can't like one can. Is it just tough and out, or do the other team not get the wicket? Hopefully makes sense as well, says Ali Hill. So pretty much it is in that situation of some teams will be nice enough that if they see that you've done your hammy or something, they won't run you out. But then other teams will be ruthless and pretty much just knock the stumps off and say you're gone as well. Less than 100 as well, says Betty Wagon. I'd like to think they can keep on going, get themselves up a little bit further. Definitely with Tim David still there, but the power surge has been a little bit of the downfall. Game over now, Hamish, as well, says Aiden there in the chat. But 95 required of 41 balls here, so they're certainly going to need a massive chase, and they're going to need a miracle to be able to chase this one down. 0.8% chance of the Hurricanes winning this game. Tymel Mills might go on and get a 5 for here. Nicely played by Bolland, and that is going to be the dot ball. Once again, the Scorchers, they were sitting 106 runs at this point in time, 88 for the Hurricanes, and 7 here down at the moment in terms of the wickets. They've still got Bolland at the crease, and also we've got the donation from Steve Smith as well. As said, cheers for streaming, Hamish, as well. I got to go and give my thanks to Mum for stopping by as well. Steve Smith, thank you very much. I hugely appreciate it, and it seems like you will be correct with them getting themselves bowled out here. But yeah, do appreciate you being here. Well, 100 as well, and also David is there. Their only hope as well, says the 2 Aussies, but thank you very much, Steve. Hugely appreciated. Oh, beautiful Yorker there from Tymel Mills. And also, we have got there when I say Perth, everyone say Scorchers, Perth Scorchers as well. Says Aiden there in the chat. And yeah, at the moment, it is looking very, very nice for them. Seems like they will be able to close out this game with a possible win by not just a small amount. They might be able to go on and might be able to get themselves into a massive position here to be able to go on and get themselves a win by around that maybe 60 mark or so. Take care, Cesar. Cheers for supporting the channel, my guy. Much respect to you as well. I'm still hanging on to hope, mate, as well, says David there in the Scorchers. Says Sebastian there, but Tymel Mills at the moment, he's gone 3 and he's only gone for 13 runs as well. So he is looking extremely impressive at the moment in this stage of the innings for himself. And now Bolland's going to be on strike. 0 runs so far of his first 2 deliveries. Dot balls 38 here for the Hurricanes. It's going to be the slow ball once again. And once again, it is just the dot. See, that's the thing. Tymel Mills has so many change-ups as well. Can you maybe do Cricket 22 if you have it? Stream after this as well, says the 2 Aussies. It may be getting just a little bit late. I will probably end up sleeping, and then I will be ending up in that situation of going, probably waking up at a decent hour tomorrow and doing the BBL. So maybe after the BBL tomorrow, or maybe a little bit early next week, we will be doing a Cricket 22 one. Take care, Steve Swift. All the best for Thursday as well. Says Aiden there at the chat as well, and David, only hope as well, says Keaton there. And now it is going to be Bolland, who is on strike at the moment. Mills, he's just very good at deceptively changing the pace that he does bowl. It's a full toss. It's a nice shot there, beautifully by Bolland, and that is going to be going out through the gap for the 4 runs as well. And that is probably the first loose ball of this over so far for Poland, or sorry, for Tymon Mills. And because of it, Poland hits it all the way, and I'll probably be on the Cricket 22 stream as well there. Says it was the two Aussie guys there in the chat as well, or the two Aussies, I should say, as well. But yeah, at the moment, Poland just striking that one nicely. I feel like as a tail-ender batsman, when you get a full toss, you do say thank you very much, and you do try your best at it away to the boundary. This is the first of 2 power surge overs. Imagine Hurricanes win, tell you what. With a win percentage chance of 0.6, it would be absolutely incredible whipping it there from Poland, and that is going to be the end of the over. Sitting 92 for 7 here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Still 6 overs left, and they are going to need 15.17 runs per over to be able to close out this game and get themselves a winner. I will mention anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so if you do want to help us out, please do. And yeah, that's usually appreciated as well. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you are enjoying the BBL that we have had ourselves in the last little while, because we have still got another game tomorrow night. The Melbourne Stars, they will be taking on the Sydney Sixers, and what should be a very exciting game as well. 91 runs needed off 36 balls here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Are they getting bowled out, ladies and gentlemen? Do let me know. And also, we have got there, sorry that I talk a lot. I'm a chatterbox as well, says the two Aussies, so you all fit right in on this channel. We love chatting all about the game, all about everything as well. That is why I have almost gone through a whole glass of water, because of the fact that I keep on talking. As you can see, I can still kind of use the green screen. Tell you what, David tried to absolutely smack that one. Did end up missing that one. That is his first ball that he's faced of the power surge as well. So it does mean that they've done very nicely for the Scorchers to just keep him off strike. He is the more set batsman, even though he's only faced a total of 5 deliveries. He's got the power as well to do good things. We finished that glass. Oh, well, that was refreshing. That one overall. But 91 runs now needed from 35. Tim David needs to hit a few long balls here if they want any chance of somehow scraping together a win in this one. The Hobart Hurricanes, beautiful Yorker ball. That might have broken the bat there. Has worked a backwards point, and that's going to be cut off amazingly by Colin Munro. Still shredding around the boundary like he is young, and he has been able to cut it off and stop it from going to the boundary. You love to see that effort in the outfield as well. And also we have got there in the chat David Onlyope as well, and also we have got there more as well. We've got love from David there in the chat, but 89 required of 15.71 per over for them to be able to get this win. Can they get themselves that 140 or so all out, or will they end up surviving till the end of this game? It is going to be Andrew Tye so far, only getting the 1 wicket, but certainly will be able to pick himself up another one very soon. Tim David, though, massive strike of the ball, and it goes all the way for 6. Beautifully hit there by, in the end, Tim David, and that is his first 6 of the day. That's actually his first boundary of the day as well for Tim David. Now moves up onto 11 of 7 deliveries here. We will update that one as well. There we go. It has gone up to the 100 as well. What a shot, David. 6 runs by the bowlers are doing all right as well in there. And shot on another 4, David, as well. Says that it was the 2 Aussies. So I am still at the 6 that he has been able to hit. It was 82 metres for him. And now Andrew Tye will be bowling another delivery in this over. Still needing over the 15 runs per over for them to be able to get the win. It is hit straight back down the ground. Almost takes out the kneecap of Andrew Tye. But it is going to be another 4 runs for him. That sits them now up to 104 for 7 after 14.4. Could this be the over that changes that, man? This Steve Smith is so rich, Aussie. I will say donating $100 in every live stream is so badass to see as well. Says going in also 79 off 32 runs needed off the Hurricanes as well, says the 2 Aussies, but it was a great shot down the ground. Almost takes out the kneecap, like I mentioned, of Andrew Tye. But it is going to be now back in the bowler's score. I guess you could say he's going to make sure that he goes decent. Required run rate of 15.1 at the moment. Says David there. Now charging him once again. It is going to be Andrew Tye. Full toss. David goes big. Or sorry, it was Tim David, but he doesn't get all of it. Doesn't quite hit it all the way to the boundary, but they are going to be able to get themselves an extra 2 runs. We have also got their shot. David nearly out though as well. Says that the 2 Aussies there. And that's Jack Behrendorff at the moment. He's a little bit disappointed that they weren't back for that one. Almost able to take that big wicket off David, but at the moment he is looking like he is in the ball well. That one's almost gone just as high up as it did long. Was not quite taken, and also David out smashing them. Then get out as well, says the 2 Aussies. And that one is going to be hit down the ground. That is the wicket. Okay, so you're a little bit too far ahead, the 2 Aussies, because you're just pretty much giving away everything that is happening. But that is the wicket there for Andrew Tye. He has been able to pick it up, and it was David who did go on his way. 17 runs off 10 deliveries there for him. Unfortunately, though, that is going to be the end of Tim David, and that is going to be their 8th wicket down. Just sits us straight to the man Behrendorff, who was at the short, or kind of, he was more of a mid-on, I guess you could say, Slightly back deep mid on, and it is going to be now Tim David out, 17 runs off 10 deliveries, caught Behrendorff and bowled by Ty there as well, and the fall-off wicket was 8 for 106, so they've only got 2 more left for them before they do end up in the situation of getting bowled out. It is going to be Labashani. In fact, they may not even send out all of their batsmen as well. We have got the Amanda Steve Smith. It's so rich, Aussie. I was donating $100 in every live stream. It's so bad us to see as well. Says coding, it is indeed. He is a huge supporter of the channel, Steve Smith, and all of his donations go straight back into the channel as well to try and keep improving the batting, or not improving the batting, sorry. Sorry, my God, too many spoilers as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat. And also we have got that Perth, who's the best as well. And they're there, and they are doing very nicely at the moment for themselves with Sandeep Labashani. He is going to be at the non-strikers end, 77 runs off 30 balls required at a 15.4 required runs per over here. Tymon Mills will be bowling his final over. He actually has the potential of being able to get himself the 4th as well. But the big thing here is they haven't sent out Joel Paris, so I'm not too sure whether or not they have actually still got another batsman in their batting lineup. I feel like you don't bother sending one out as well if they do end up losing another wicket here. Tymon Mills, nicely played there by Bolland, and it's just going to be the dot ball, and also it's just because he's the Australia's best batsman as well. So he's Aiden there, of course, with Steve Smith. He's going to be taking part in the Ashes in the future. Should be a very exciting one. That's where he gets his money, as us, says Aiden there. But Tymon Mills has been a very efficient bowler. So is Behrendorff as well. Which city has the least population in New Zealand? I think it is Queenstown. Am I correct? Or not, Hamish, as well? I guess, city's a tough one because I know that we're not considered a city, but we are a lot smaller than Queenstown. So it's a good question in terms of what's the kind of lowest populated city in general. I'm not too sure about Bolland. That's a good strike of the ball. That's actually going to be 4 runs there for Bolland. He has it over the kind of cover boundary, and Tymon Mills now, he has gone for 21 runs of his first 3.2 overs. Beautiful shot, though, from the big man, able to get himself a few more runs off the bat. After he did end up going for around 45, I believe it was, off his batting, unfortunately, or off his bowling, should say, and now he's starting to look like he is winding up. Sandeep Labashani is at the non-strikers end, hasn't had to face a delivery yet, and also we have got there most probably Brandon as well there. Says David there in the chat as well, but now it is going to be Tymon Mills skipping into the crease once again. Bolland sitting with a strike rate of more than 100. Going to be a full toss for him. He's tried to just glide it down through the gap, but does hit it straight to the fielder as well. So unfortunate not to find the boundary twice in a row there for Bolland. 16.22 runs per over is going to be required, and we see there for Mills. They are just showing the change up there for Mills. He does end up going 141, 145, 143, and then he bowls out 114 as well. What are the odds of Stoinis making 100 tomorrow, or Josh Phillippe as well? Says, I don't know, not too sure whether or not we have got individual odds for players for our DAB. I can have a look, though, for you. See what it does say once we do have the end of this over. Only 2 balls left here for it will be Tymon Mills. He has been going pretty decently for himself in this matchup. Been able to pick up 3 wickets, which is incredibly impressive this early on in his kind of Big Bash career, because he hasn't really had too many opportunities, but he will certainly be one that the batsman can't really get hold of. I don't think 2 Aussies comments actually make sense as well. I don't think so. 2 Aussies comments actually make sense as well. Mr. 18 has said hi as well. Welcome in to the live stream. We have got a few little emojis in the chat as well there for 100%, but it is now going to be Bolland on strike. 2 more balls left. Tymon Mills over. It's a bouncer as well. Nicely bowled. It was almost a slower ball bouncer as well, so it didn't end up going above the head. And at the moment, we will have to wait and see exactly how it does finish for Tymon Mills. Yeah, still got... Actually, that one has been called a wide. It did go just a little bit too high. Still 2 deliveries left there. And at this over as well. I am quickly looking. So the Sydney Sixers are actually the underdogs to win up against the Melbourne Stars at the MCG. I don't know whether or not... Yeah, we don't normally have to have 100 hit in this one. Oh, sorry, run scorer. That will be in here, won't it? Top run scorer... No, it doesn't actually have 100 for Josh Phillippe or anything like that. And now there's going to be a dot ball there for Tymon Mills. Almost a little bit of a mix-up, but pretty much ours is, will Josh Phillippe get over 100, or so will he get over 23.5 runs is the highest one that we have got for our one. And welcome in Mr. 18 as well, but that is going to be another dot ball for Tymon Mills. He's been looking extremely sharp with the ball in hand. And at the moment, if he does get himself, I'd say 1 wicket off this one, it would be an incredibly impressive debut. Even without it, he's doing extremely well. Like, they have a 0.5% chance, the Hobart Hurricanes, of being able to win this game. Going to be tough. Going to be near impossible for them unless the Hobart Hurricanes can try and put something together with this partnership. Sandeep Labashani hasn't actually faced the delivery yet of this partnership, though. Tymon Mills puts it on the legs, and Sandeep Lavashane well fielded there by Behrendorff, but it was almost a catching opportunity for them to be able to close out that innings, but it was Turner actually who didn't quite take that catch. But that is the end of the 16th over. 112 for 8 here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Still a few overs left. They are just showing the wickets that Tymon Mills was able to pick up for himself, was looking sharp throughout all of his bowling. I struggle to understand their mentality. Crazy as well, says David there. And then in the end, Haskaloo was able to pick up the big wicket of, I believe it was actually, in the end, Haskaloo, he was able to pick up the wicket of, it was Harry Brook, who did go on his way there. As well, they are just showing all of the wickets, and Ashton Agar was able to pick himself up one as well. Tymon Mills picked up the wicket of Nathan Ellis, and he was fired up for this match, and you can tell that he is already going to be one of the staples in that bowling attack. That's the thing. They've got him, but they've also got sitting in the mix, probably once he gets back from the Ashes, it is going to be Jai Richardson. And to have him as well alongside Behrendorff, Ashton Agar in that starting lineup as well, Andrew Tye, how are they going to decide who they want to bowl as well? That is the big question. But Lavashane now going to be on strike for his first delivery of this matchup, sitting on 70 runs needed from 23 deliveries. Ashton Agar tries to put it on the stumps, almost edged, but it was nicely bowled outside of the stumps from Ashton Agar. I believe he whipped that one through 105k, so a little bit quicker there, playing the little bit of strategy with Sandeep Lavashane. And Sebastian, you're so mean for saying that about me as well, says the two Aussies there. But he actually did put the two Aussies comments actually make sense rather than that it didn't make sense. I just misread it the first time, I should say. But the Scorchers at this point in time, they were sitting 4 wickets down for 136, whereas the Hurricanes are only sitting 114 for 8 wickets down as well. So it's looking like they might be able to get themselves in that position of getting, that's the end of the game. He has tried to advance down the wicket, Bolland, and that is going to be the last wicket of Bolland. Do they have one more batsman, or is that the end of the game? We'll have to wait and see whether or not they do bring someone out there. It might be one more guy, $9 for anyone to make 100 as well. Says it was Aiden there, so I assume you might be back in that one perhaps. It's going to be a tough game at the MCG. You know how long the boundaries are as well. Hamish, what do you think about Hazelwood being ruled out of the Ashes? How will it boost England's chances of coming back in the series? It's certainly going to help them out, because of the fact that they have certainly got some very talented players being brought into their English side as well with Stuart Broad. And also it is going to be, okay, they've actually brought out Joel Paris here. So he had an injured groin. He is actually going to be at the crease now to see whether or not he can survive for just a little bit longer. I doubt they're going to run between the wickets. This is all for net run rate. By the looks of it, I'm not as well. Says that the two Aussies there on the tap, but he is a left-hander here, Joel Paris. I really hope that this doesn't cause any further injury for his groin, because if it does, I just absolutely hate to see it for him. Definitely because he did go off early in his bowling. He only bowled 1.4 overs, and it's Stuart Broad playing on Thursday. I believe he is. Or if he isn't, I believe they have got at least Jimmy Anderson back for it as well. Joel Paris there just hits it down the ground. They're not going to run Sandeep Lavashane. What is going on? I don't know what's just happened. They've got a runner out to the side of the pitch. I was like, why isn't Joel Paris running? But I just realized he has actually got himself a runner here who is going to be running between the wickets. I was so confused for a second. I was like, they're both at the same end. No run there for Sandeep Lavashane. Who is it? It is Caleb Jewell who has made his way to the crease. He's actually quite a quick player. Caleb Jewell as well. He should be playing Aiden, waiting for the lineups to be announced as well. So that is going to be the end of the lineup. They have no idea what is going on at the moment, but they have got a runner out there. Caleb Jewell will be the man who is running between the wicket. I was so confused for a start. Joel Paris hit the ball, and then from there, he was just standing still. Sandeep Lavashane was running at him, and I just got absolutely confused. But Andrew Tye has been able to get 8 wickets up against the Hobart Hurricanes in his BBL career, and that has brought up the 100 wickets for him as well. He should be playing Aiden as well there. And also we have got there, we'll make a man out of here yet. As well, says David there. Now it's going to be Haskaloo who will be bowling his final over of the match. It is Joel Paris on strike. Hits the ball nicely. They've got a bit of a mix up there. And it is going to be the no run called by Caleb Jewell. It must be so weird running with a player who isn't actually at the crease. I think he's way out to the side of the pitch, but they are looking like they are going to keep on going for it here. The Hurricanes, see whether or not they can get that net run rate up. Another interesting factor is the fact that they didn't actually go with the X Factor player being able to switch him out as well. And I mean, we'll be closer with Broad and Anderson as well. And also we have got there in the chat, I won't spoil them, or I won't spoil them anymore. I'll only say it when you have seen it as well. There's the two Aussies there, so that will be hugely appreciated. That one's going to be whipped off the legs for Joel Paris. It looks like they will just be taking the single here. And Hamish, you think there is rift between Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, as Virat Kohli refused to play in the ODI series in South Africa. Rohit Sharma ruled out of Test series as well. Says Coding, I feel like, it's maybe there could be something going on behind the scenes between those two. I feel like they're very experienced, both of them, so maybe they don't always see eye to eye in that regard. But now it is going to be Labuschagne once again on strike, just sits that ball down the ground, and they are running between the wickets, and that will be once again just a single. You hope that even Joel Paris having to walk back over to face these deliveries doesn't end up firing up the groin too much. And also we have got there, be cool dude as well. Says in the chat from David. And now it is going to be, thanks again, Hamish, for the live stream. See you next BBL, Hamish, who plays tomorrow. It is going to be the Melbourne Stars taking on the Sydney Sixers. Close to hitting the stumps. Or close to getting stumped there for Joel Paris. You can tell already that there won't be too much foot movement there for Joel Paris, though, seeing as his groin. It won't be feeling too nice. He did pull up lame a little bit earlier on. They need 30 runs per over to be able to win this game of cricket here. That's going to be on the stumps. And once again, just sending it straight to the fielder. That's the end of the 18th over, and it is going to be 117 for 9 here for the Hobart Hurricanes. Like they are saying, they're not sure why they sent out Joel Paris, but it is due to that net run rate. You don't end up, or you don't want to get bowled out early on as Sharma out of South Africa series then as well, says Sebastian there. I assume so, if that is the case. So it's kind of going to be, they'll be switching over between the two of them by the looks of it there. But Joel Paris, at the moment, he is going to be an interesting one, but I believe because he did actually bowl, that is why they weren't allowed to switch him out for the net run rate, or sorry, for the X Factor player as well. It is actually going to be Ashton Turner who gets an opportunity with the ball now for the second last over of this match. Pitches up nicely. Labuschagne strikes it nice. That's actually going to be a 6 for Labuschagne. What a strike from the tail end of there. And that pushes them up onto 123 for 9. Brilliant shot from Labuschagne. He hasn't got any stickers on that bat, but it can certainly hit a long ball. And Josh Inglis there, he did have a little bit of a smile on his face behind the stumps. How far did he hit that one? 75 metres out. I think Rohit Sharma is indeed out for a full tour, Sebastian, as well there. Says Sports Today, and I have to go now and have a good one as well. You too, mate. A little bit outside of the off stump. And he did not quite hit that one there for Labuschagne. I think they are just asking about that over rate, maybe, is why they decided to leave the men out there. Great shot down the ground from Labuschagne. That's going to be almost another 4 cut off in the deep, though. And they are going to be able to get back for the 2 runs. I'm not sure what Labuschagne's high score is, but he looks like he's going decent. Have a good one, mate. I have a good mate as well. And also, where did that 6 come from and by? And there is us, there's the 2 Aussies there. And also, we have got there, where did that 6 come from? I know, right. He doesn't seem like he would pack much of a punch. He striked at that one. That's going to be a wide as well there. They are moving their way up to 126 now for the Hurricanes. They still have 9 balls left. If they survive this innings, would be very impressive for them. Once again, Labuschagne, he tries to swing through the ball. I don't know whether or not he did connect with it, but it is going to be racing close to the boundary. Haskelloo, though, going to be cutting that one off. And they do just take the 2 runs once again. So Sandeep Labuschagne going to be staying there as the man on strike. So he's sitting on 12 off 8 deliveries. This is very good batting from the young Nepalese man who is on strike at the moment. Another big swing of the bat. He's hit it straight to the fielder. No, he hasn't. It is going to be them taking the run, and that is going to be now 5 overs down, and it is going to be now just the 1 strike of the ball for Caleb Joe. And did you hear I might still be able to date Aliza Perry? I did hear that as she's single again. Someone did mention about the divorce a little bit earlier on, which I know would have meant that your eyes did light up there for that one, but they need 46.29 runs per over here for them to be able to win this game. So they're not going to win from here, but they have still got a decent chance. I'm off to be a good night all as well. See you later, mate. That's a good shot there from Joel Paris, but he is out in the deep. And that is going to be the final wicket of the game, 129. The Hobart Hurricanes are bowled out for Mitch Marsh, man of the match, after being able to get himself the 100 night Paddy as well. Says Robert Miller. So for this one, the Hobart Hurricanes, they were able to get themselves that bash boost point, but at the end of the day, the Scorchers now, they will move up onto 10 points, so they will be ahead after the 3 matches played. The Hurricanes, though, they will move up possibly. I don't know whether or not they will overtake the Strikers. We will have to wait and see whether or not it will be the case, but they will both be sitting on 6 points. Anyone wondering who the next games for these 2 sides are going to be up against the next time that these 2 sides play, they will be playing the rematch between these 2 sides. Then the Hurricanes have got the Stars in 9 days' time, the Strikers in 12, and then the Renegades and 15. Then for the Perth Scorchers, their closing ones, they have got themselves the Scorchers in that 6 days' time, like I mentioned, they are going to be taking on the Hurricanes, then the Renegades again, and then the Thunder to close it out for them as well. But we have also got there in the chat, take care, Betty, as well, says Sebastian. But nonetheless, I think because my voice has finally started to come back, I won't jinx it and I will not talk for too much longer tonight. But nonetheless, I do appreciate all of you tuning in. The Hobart Hurricanes, they did end up getting that bash boost point, but they weren't able to convert it into a win at this Blundstone Arena. Instead, the Perth Scorchers able to get the job done out for 129. A rough performance by Hobart as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, it was unfortunate for them. The next game that is taking place, it is going to be the matchup that does take place between, is it tomorrow night actually? Sydney Sixers versus the Melbourne Stars, I believe, is the next match that they are showing. But they're also showing a little bit of the build-up for the Brisbane Heat taking on the Sydney Thunder. I'm actually going to have a quick look to make sure that I have got the right result that is coming tomorrow. And also, thanks, Legend. Thanks, Hamish, you're a legend. And yeah, good call, Hamish. Good night all as well, says David. So it is actually going to be on Sunday that the Brisbane Heat play the Sydney Thunder. But the game that is taking place just a little bit prior to that is going to be the game tomorrow night between the Melbourne Stars and the Sydney Sixers. And see you for the Stars Sixers as well, says Robert Miller. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Cheers for the stream. Cheers, everyone, for tuning in. Big love to you all as well, says Sebastian. But yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.